Hello. I think it is good.
Hello.
How is everyone today? How are you guys today as well? I haven't actually said hello to Freeze and Nilsa properly, but hi guys. So this is now the fourth Anvil Empire's Drunken Ram chat that we're doing. This has been a long time since we did the last one because of I guess previous updates weren't so amazing. Some of the stuff was not really worth going over. There wasn't that many huge changes as well. Plus, I believe, plus a lot of the also tests were pushed back, weren't they? As well, because we had the last major was pushed back quite a bit, so that was very unfortunate. The previous test before that was really, I guess, very dull. There wasn't really much to talk about except I think the heating vat, if I'm not mistaken. Right? There wasn't really much else, was there? Those ones. Does anyone else remember?
Mm,
No.
no.
Nope.
No. All right. Well, anyways, so of course today we have a couple new fresh faces, a couple old faces, and the old regulars. So we have Steelhand, Andrew the Centurion, Rivali, Freeze, and Nilsa here today. So as you can tell, some of the regulars back again for some more drinking. But yes, of course, we're going to do the same things as we did on all the other ones. Update, love, hate. We're going to do random topic. Probably going to be do two topics this time. We've chosen through, and of course the drunken truth opinions that we will have as well. So updates. So what was on the previous updates? Does everyone remember roughly what was updated? I know the heating vat was the main thing. But does anyone else remember what else was there? No? No one else remember what else? I've already
No.
forgotten. Like,
So
basically...
the I forget.
I mean, we had a drying rack, rework. Pretty
Drying rack
much.
rework. Yeah,
Yeah.
drying rack rework, technically, yeah, I guess so. That is true. That was completely changed, so you can't now stack your how do you say it?
Leather.
The lever. There you go. Thank you. Words came out my mouth. Yeah, you can't stack the lever anymore, so it's basically just one at a time. So you have to build more of the drying racks, which is very unfortunate as well because it's very expensive those to make as well, aren't they? They're quite pricey to make those. But
Yeah, I think it's like 5 bones.
yeah, I think that's the most expensive bit, isn't it? There's also is it planks as well? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
too.
Is it planks also?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Gotta look it up. Yeah, I completely forgot. Um, what was what is it?
Animals. The AI.
Yes. Hold on. Let me do the. Let's talk about the heating vat as well because we haven't really explained that as well. So the heating vat, to explain what that does, is actually used for uh, quite a few things. So firstly, it is used for making the heavy leather tannable because you can't tan heavy leather straight away anymore on the drying rack. So you have to basically use the heating vat to cook it in there by using, I believe it's seeds and I think that's
Yeah,
it.
you
So seeds
use
and then whatever fuel it is, right?
no, you just use seeds and just random fuel, whatever.
And whatever.
But you can also cook resin. That's how you make shields now.
Yes. So the resin is another one. Yeah, that's for the. That's also a new thing. I forgot. That's new as well. Resin is used as well, which is from the
Bad ends.
bed ends. Make that small. Elite bears. Ends. Tree stumps. So yeah, you get those from the elite bed end tree stumps, and of course those are, like you said, made for make shields. There you go. Or they're used for the shield recipe. Yeah, technically. someone else join? I heard a. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
Mike.
Oh, is that Mike? Oh, hi, Mike. How's it going?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello, Mike.
How you going?
Yeah, drying rack is 2 fat, 2 bone, and 3 planks.
Yeah, 2 fat, 2 bone, 3 planks. Yeah. So it's not too. I guess it's not too bad then. But at the same time, I guess bone is very painful at the start when you're trying to get it. But anyways, yeah, there was that. So then there was the Anvil AI. Anvil AI had a big change. That was a big change. That one.
Big
That-
change, big change.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you got one of you guys want to explain it then? Someone else that wasn't talking a second ago. Go on. Anyone else? Go on, Rivali. I'm picking it on you.
Yeah, so you want like a general overview or
Yeah. Go on. General overview of what happened to the Anvil
So
AI.
they kind of changed how the AI works in general, so they don't like go in a straight path towards the player anymore. They kind of like will go around structures. So like if you were trying to like bait them into like a campfire or like trees or anything, they'll kind of like go around it if they can't find you, which is pretty cool. But they also like really like to like stalk you, where they will just kind of come up to you and then stop and then see what you do and then will charge at you after a while. But that was like super abusable because they would never stop. So you could literally just train a whole bunch of animals like across the map. It was really funny.
I will say though, the fix for pathfinding was not really perfect because the campfires are still cheesable.
Yeah.
Like one of my guys even managed to do it with just one campfire.
Just to unbeer, it's so easy with the campfire. They need to introduce something for that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's quite a detrimental kind of thing. I guess they need to like either like fix it even more where the AI of the animals basically realize, okay, that's an object blocking me. I should go around it. Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
They do go around certain items. They still go around them, but it takes them a moment to go around it. So like before that moment, they realize, oh yeah, I can't get around this. They just like get stuck on it, or maybe just get trapped by another player or something like that. But they do also. I've noticed they get stuck as well in like those the mine nodes, like stone and iron mine nodes.
Yeah, against like.
And then you're like try to mine, and you're like, stay there, bear, don't hit me when I'm mining.
They just did the reverse, like a car, just to go back.
Beep,
They-
beep, beep.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they just go forward, so.
The boars actually started, like, I've noticed that they've started to spawn on the dens themselves and just get stuck on them.
Oh, true. Yeah, they have, haven't they? That's quite a bad thing for that. I don't know what's with that. I think that's just spawning, isn't it? They just messed up with spawning.
Yeah, it's
I'll
just
try.
fun.
I'll remember that one. Or dead be bad. All right. What else was there updated? I'm trying to remember now. Actually.
The town with the town radius bigger to
Oh
build
yes,
around.
that was really good, wasn't it? Town core radius, wasn't it? That improvement.
Yeah, core radius.
Town core radius. So that's where basically you build the main defenses. If anyone doesn't know what that is, so like any sort of was it fort walls, and I believe it's also family halls, certain other items that I do not remember, but it is mainly the fort walls that is main usage for that basically.
Didn't they make it so, like, even if it's like the town or the core build radius, you can still put down a homestead on it?
No, I think that's for the next update, didn't they? They say what they were going to, but was it not?
No, it's
Because I don't think you were able to still put the homestead on the core itself.
No.
Because it kept blocking us last time, I think so. But that's why we placed ours early, so we can have that problem.
But now
check the pre-alpha notices channel. It says bug fixes. New homesteads can be built overlapping with the settlement core, but not overlapping the initial starting radius of the core. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
so the radius of the homestead can overlap the core, but it can't be placed
new
on
core.
the actual core itself. Is what you're saying.
I think what either they mean they disable, like they fix this so that you can't do it anymore, or they mean it like now there's two radiuses with the core. So there's the one radius which basically prevents you from building homesteads at all, and then there's the build radius. So they basically made it that even if the build radius is really really big, you can still place new homesteads on it as long as you're not within the initial radius, which completely disables homesteads.
Hmm.
So it's basically like even if like the population is really high and the core extended to buttfuck nowhere, you can still place homesteads close to the core and thus get access to the core stuff.
Yeah.
At least that's how I take it from what Mark Foot posted.
Yep. Basically, yeah. Somehow messed up something. Yeah. So, but was there anything else like after after that what they wrote there? Was it just all the same, like basically explaining?
You mean after this bug fix thingy that I mentioned?
Yeah. Was there anything written after that?
Nope.
Okay. So
It's mostly just fixes afterwards, like redeploying stuff like that.
yeah. So what else? What else has there been up there? I'm trying to like remember now. It's just been so while, so long.
They updated the spawning, like the wild spawns disappear if there's an enemy settlement next to it.
The wild spawns. Did they?
Yeah.
I don't think
Now,
they did. Did they?
no. They did that. They added that during the test where settlements became visible from the start.
Oh yeah, as in the enemy wild spawns. Yeah. So like, so enemy wild spawns. I was thinking of animal spawns for some reason. I don't know why. We're talking about
No.
animals.
Yeah, wild spawns.
Enemy wild spawns no longer what was it? Basically appear for enemies if a town is nearby. Yeah. Don't know what's happened to my thing. I've somehow managed to mess up something on that. Don't worry, I will fix it in a minute whilst we're chatting away. So that's that. Now there's a couple more, right? There has been loads more.
Yeah, the beacon height.
Beacon
As
height.
well.
we have the food changes as well.
Beacon height. That was a good one because you had different.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Different heights that allow now the beacon to extend its range, which is really cool. Actually, that's so like the range of beacons have extended as well, which is actually really nice. But at the same time, there's like some, I guess, not finicky parts of it, but like some of it just, I feel like just doesn't seem correct. Like when you're on like a higher elevation from like a water that's below you, and then you look at it and you're like, hold on, that's not right. Why is that not like why is that not showing higher than it should be when there's a cliff right below me? You know what I mean? It's a bit weird. I don't know why. Their elevation, I feel like might need to be fixed, but I'm not sure how.
It's a little janky because like sometimes it can be on a slightly higher elevation than the surrounding area and still be at like a really high radius, but then it could be literally on a mountain and still say it's normal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what it's like related to, but
I have no clue.
it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I have no clue what's happened to my text file, but I've somehow messed up the text file at the same time. Technical difficulties, but it's I'm trying to fix it at the same time whilst you guys are chatting away.
The rooster's in the other.
Is he? Ah,
Yeah.
let's drag him in. He's in. Hey, hello there. Hello, Rooster.
Welcome to the bar.
Welcome to the
Hello,
bar.
Rooster.
How are
Glad to
you?
be at the bar.
How
How's
are you?
the-
Sir?
I'm good. How's the podcast going?
It's been going good. We're just chatting about the update right now. Basically the previous updates that have been happening, and I'm also having technical issues right now with my thing, but it's all good.
It's all good. What'd you guys talk about? The good, the bad, the ugly?
So we've been doing the updates right now. We're chatting about the heating vat, drying rework, the drying rack, rework, the resin, animal AI, town core radius, enemy wild spawn, beacon height. Do you know any other ones? Do you remember any other ones?
Mm,
Oh, the homesteads
you
being
said
unlocked
Homes?
for everybody instead. Remember how like
well,
we couldn't access certain homesteads, and so the enemy could torch into a homestead and go in there, but we couldn't even open the gates.
oh, but once the homestead's broken, you can't use or open anything on both sides.
Yeah, so it was like that's the thing. I feel like that it's meant to work like that, but it's not working. So I'm not sure what they've done, and it's like I don't know if it's broken or they just intended to do it like that or something.
The whole thing,
Sure.
the whole thing with the unlocking was like once it hit 50%, it would unlock. That goes with like doors, gates, everything. So they took that out of the whole like workbenches and wells, so we wouldn't be able to destroy or like continue the siege if we just bunkered down at some random settlement. So they took that out, which fucked up everything.
Yeah, basically.
I bet that messed up all their coding.
That's what I mean because I feel like it was meant to how do you say it? It was meant to be I don't know. It was meant to just be you can access it once it's broken, but once you've broken the whole homestead, you don't have access to nothing. So it's just like really confusing why we didn't have.
I just think it was like very specific to the damage. Like before, I feel like before, if you would ram it, you could be able to access it, right? But now it's only when it's torched, so only when it's like on fire damage. So like I tested it. I could break into an enemy homestead on like the little mini test on the Wednesday before the major. I could torch into stuff and it would be fine. But as soon as you would start ramming, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's what I was like, kind of just lost on that. Just how come that just didn't let you access anything? But yeah, I guess that's how they did it, and that's how it worked. I guess I don't know what happened, but yeah, just trying to quickly. Don't know what's happening. My text is messing up. I think I might just. I think I'm just gonna skip over these updates, but like I think
Disappear.
yeah, it's disappearing and it's appearing. Something's going on. I've somehow messed up something and I cannot fix it, unfortunately. But we will just carry on talking about it anyways. So
Cappy doesn't know how to use PowerPoint.
no, it's not PowerPoint. This is Streamlabs. But
Slideshow.
yeah, slideshow. Slideshow ain't working. .exe. I'm trying to think what else. Didn't they also add more? Well, they tried to add more spawns for like the ores, right? Or the copper, wasn't it? And the tin.
What I noticed with like the ore spawns, they just spawn about around like wolf dens and boar dens.
Yeah, but that's intended.
That's meant.
Yeah,
to
that's
be that.
intended. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like more. It's not like randomized. It's like if you just find like a
No,
tier
it's-
1 board, there's gonna be stone cuts, and then if you find a tier 2, it's gonna be
I feel like that
Yeah,
should be random.
iron
shouldn't
or
it?
bronze.
It's randomized. Like the locations of the dens are randomized. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure what happens is the devs have like predetermined points of resources, and then the game just like rolls the dice and then decides what to put there.
They
I don't-
did nerf the iron.
Oh well,
The iron
they nerfed iron
spawns.
with the merchant, not there.
They didn't nerf the spawns. They didn't make it like take longer or more hits to get the
Just the
iron.
progression takes longer to get to it.
It really doesn't. Like
Well, I meant the ore. You get less ore for the whole node thing.
Did they?
Yeah, so you
I
only
did
get
not.
like 6. I don't remember the number, but you get less node spawns for the ores for the
Oh,
mines now.
okay. Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, I think they did that. So there's less capacity in the iron mine.
Yeah, which like wasn't super annoying because like you would delete it and then it would probably just pop up right next to it, or
What's interesting to me is that before like the major test, like in the previous test, anytime we basically emptied a mine, we would not see it respawn at all. But during the major, like you would empty a mine, and some of my guys were saying that it literally instantly respawned somewhere like next to them.
Yeah, not for us.
I think
They did
I think that
instantly
has to
respawn,
do with
yeah.
like also, like if you put like your own building, like campfires or anything like that, it fucks with the spawn. I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's building.
Because like
Who deny?
I would do like a little farm for the bear dens, and I'd place some stockades or like some objects in the way, and then just to try to mess up their like pathing. But once the other guys were farming around the bear den or the iron mine, it just was gone, and then we just were kind of like screwed with the major. On the one spot that we designed the base for iron collecting, and just never came back.
I will say though, we had a bear den right next to our homestead, like within the radius. I destroyed it, and then the next day when I woke up and went back on, it respawned more or less at the same spot. And we had walls around it already as well. So the spawning is very, very inconsistent.
And it's very random though as well at times, because I've seen it where like our spawns even like they were spawning there, and then they at one point I think our stone mine that was nearby just stopped spawning, and I'm not sure whether it was because of the core radius that caused that as well, or was it because of something else. But I feel like it might have been relating to that, because when the radius wasn't there, I think it was still fine, but I believe after a point it just stopped. And we had like an open field there, and we were waiting for this stone mine to respawn, because the bear den was still there, but there was no stone mine. So we're like thinking, okay, let's just wait for the stone mine to respawn, and nothing respawned. We just kept, breaking more walls to test stuff, and it just wasn't working. So we're like, okay, well, it must be broken, I guess. So we were just unsure, and we were just like, yep, whatever. At that point, honestly, it could not fix itself. But yeah, so I believe that's about the majority of the previous updates of the main stuff that was actually added in. Of course, homesteads had a little bit of a fix to them as well. I don't remember. Was it much? It was changed, wasn't it, since the previous update that you can access the inside, or was that also?
It was like 2 or 3 tests they added that in.
See, I
That
don't
was like
remember now.
I remember
Was that during
it
the
was
heating
when
bat
that
test?
like
That was during the heating bat test.
it was
So
when they introduced the whole beacon networks can cross through borders, but when they implemented it, it crashed the whole game. And that first day, when we had a huge spike of players, it dropped half after the first crash.
Yep, I personally lost like half of my population.
I lost ownership. I got the lag was so bad. I had to keep on putting twigs into the home settlement, and then once it was done finished, like it was built, the servers crashed. I got back in. Someone made a bed and was the founder of that homestead. I was like, "Are you?"
I remember how a lot of people were spamming the Sisyphus's boulder in the Anvil Discord when that was happening.
all right. Well,
Pushing.
we'll go to the next topic anyways, because I feel like we've done that now. So we'll do the good bad, so the love hate. Well, what was the? I guess we'll start with just straight away. We'll go from everyone down the list if they remember anything. See if not, I'll put out some of my notes. So we'll start from Steelhand. What was your most loving thing of the previous? I guess 4 updates. You can say 4 tests. If Steel is there, Steel, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So
Listening.
what was your most favorite thing that you enjoyed in the past tests that we had? That was added or taken away.
I think the thing was not so much added in. Yeah, probably just that you could cook with the vat. Yeah, I actually hadn't tried cooking with the vat.
Oh, the heating vat. Okay.
Yeah, at any of the other tests.
So you
because-
like the heating vat basically, the new
Yeah, I
update
like
for
the
that.
heating vat, but I don't like that string is a new thing they also put in to make bows even more expensive than they already are. I feel like it's a hole you just pour time and money into as a resource.
So would you say that's a good thing or a bad thing? I'm looking for something good.
I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing in that you really have to put resources into it if you really want to have effective army. Because arrows are really effective if you put them in the right places. And bows.
It's a good way to stall like the beginning rush because like you have to kill a red wolf to get the string, and then you have to dry it, and then you also have to take a crow's nest. So like the real progression is like if you can push to getting an iron knife and a small shield, then you can get the bows really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like
it's
you do
more
that within the first hour.
I guess
a Richmond
so. It takes a little bit longer, is what you're saying. So like it's kind of good that there's a little bit of a progression for those tiers to not be instantly gained at the first like couple hours of playing or something like that. Basically. Okay,
so it's more work towards a better thing.
So it's better progression, basically.
Yeah,
is what
better
you're saying.
progression.
So
it's more like it's not. Oh, let's just rush through it, and then we're.
And then you've got all the best gear, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. That makes sense. Honestly.
It takes a little longer. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Andrew the Centurion? What about you? What was your most favorite thing that you had on your previous tests that you enjoyed doing, or maybe it was part of one of the updates as well that you enjoyed?
I mean, we didn't really get a lot of interesting stuff, to be honest. But the new beacon system is quite good when it's working. Like it makes sense, if you go on a mountain, you should have more range to it. But yeah, for me, it didn't work all the times, especially when we had a long, beacon system. Like it would bug out.
Yeah,
90% of times.
Yeah, I understand that.
An issue that could arose with that is like there could have been like no fiber in one of the beacon networks, and then that causes like the whole chain from linking.
Oh, I got people, to check them, and they were all working. That's why I'm saying, it was beyond our control.
Yeah, I think like if they added a little icon where like the beacon's out of fiber, you should be able to see like it went down.
That would be amazing.
That
actually,
would be pretty good. Yeah, that would be kind of handy. Like it goes from like a flaming icon that it's on
icon to just like a pile of
then
wood.
or something like that. Basically, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? We've got Rivali. Rivali, what have you loved about the previous tests? You want to make love?
I like the homestead interiors, the family hall interiors. I think that's really cool. I hope we get a town hall interior as well. I just kind of want more buildings to go into. Stuff like that.
Yeah, like that'd be great as well to actually go into the town hall, because technically I feel like they do have it there. It's there. You can see it when you zoom in on like a certain corner angle. You see there's like a little doorway, but it's blocked. You can't get in. So I'm very interested. Will there be an update where you can access the town hall and go inside as well? That would be really cool, actually. But yeah, family hall interiors and homestead interiors, I think is a really nice addition, because it's also like it's faster as well. Because let's say you've got the homestead, you just put beds in, you get to work, get everyone to work. Instead of that, like instead of building 10 houses for everyone, or like a couple of houses for most of the people, and then basically wasting some of that time, just get your beds in, get it done, and get farming or cutting trees at the start, of course. But yeah, it's really good. I kind of like that as well. Family halls as well. It's pretty good. I love the storage. Did everyone use storage? I know in our town we used the storage, but did anyone else from the other towns? Did you guys use that for storage?
Yeah, and then the settlements that we had allied, I used as like external storages. My whole plan for the base at Ravenhill is like you have like a family hall at each entrance, and all those ones that are at the entrances are allied, so you can have access to them.
Oh yeah.
Just like my plan was like you have like have it all allied, have like stockpiles scorpion bolt or something in there. So like, if you have like ballistas on the wall, they're easier to get to. Like running them over, that kind of stuff. But
It's a nice good. It also just stockpile, just basically to
yeah, just in general, it
just in
has a lot
general.
of
It's like
space, kits, weapons,
yeah.
arrows.
I don't know about other towns, but in our town we did it where like basically we kind of separated our stockpiles a little bit. Where we had one that had basically the gear, one then had like all the food, and then like another one had like some other resources and other stuff basically. There's a bit of a mix. Of course, there like some stuff also was still also mixed within that also family hall, but it was like majority of the items was food, gear,
Oh.
and then
Well, like if
random.
you put it in the core, it's just gonna get snagged. It's like that's usually the thing where like if you put anything in the core, food, weapons, arrows, that just vanishes instantly.
Well, yeah,
That's why
but that's why you put it in a family hall.
Yeah, exactly. But I think a good change if they implemented is like a restriction on like food potentially. If you're not like a like lord or sealer or serf, you're restricted to like only taking like 2 or 3
Two or
different like
three.
food rations.
Honestly,
Like-
food. They should reduce the food stack in the inventory or completely eliminate it.
What?
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't think so. That would
Stack
be
of 30?
that's
That's
quite
The
bad.
problem with
really slow
that,
down, like,
the
the
problem with
health
that
is,
is,
like-
how do you move it then if you can't?
Barrels.
Because it's like so. I know barrels like you can only do 10, right? You can't do 30. Can you do
No,
food
no,
in 30?
You can do 30
Yeah.
because right now it's pointless to put food in barrels. They should make it.
Yeah.
They should not nerf, or they should boost the barrel, buff the barrels rather than I don't know.
I feel like in
But
general,
I don't know,
barrels,
just-
putting food in barrels is really stupid, and they should take that out
Yeah.
and just let it be that you can carry it. But of course, I don't mind the roosters idea that it's like only a certain amount you can take, unless
And
you're
at least
a
the
Thane,
core, like that. The other ideas, like you have like, because like with the cores now, they're kind of like you have to have the family settlements to produce to bring into the core settlement.
People
But
should
I
utilize the. Go ahead, Rooster.
Well, I think like if you had in the core like a way for public tools like a workbench, blacksmithing too, it'd be like more it give an incentive for people to bring the resources to the core to localize it and like I don't know about like their switch to make things public or like a way to lock it, but I know I'd like I'll let you go here, Mike.
Here's my opinion. What should be done to fix all this resource, like all these problems? Markets should be utilized more because
Oh, yeah.
if you look at it, so if you have excess food, you put it for sale. You don't store it in the family hall or town center or whatever because that is just sitting there, and most likely, let's say most clans or most groups will still be producing food all the time. You never stop producing food, but if it's not being consumed fast enough by your group or maybe I don't know your close friends or neighbors or whatever, then it's just gonna stay and collect dust, and then you're just gonna pile up more food on top of it. That's why we should put stuff in the marketplaces because then also solos will have more access to resources. They'll come and buy food and.
Not even food, but like
But the
if
problem
you
is
just
with decay is on that one. That's the main thing because you need silver
decay on the
for decaying for all your structures right now. So technically,
But
they
that-
are
that's-
trying to
that's
balance
easy
it
to kill
out, but
everything.
right now you don't get enough silver from anywhere else apart from what I guess you got berry bushes, you get collecting there. I guess
'Cause-
selling random crap that you don't need, but that's still like it's not a lot. Like sometimes you end up buying all that stuff back anyways later on when you've how do you say it when you need the items like the I don't know, let's say the seeds or the food or the other stuff. So I feel like there's a way they can balance it, but they do need to fix it 100%. Like where it just needs some sort of system that actually balances both you selling the food, but you also then using that money and saving that money for the homestead slash town hall, so on.
I'm pretty sure this is how the devs want the game to be because of the way they're like developing it. I'm pretty sure what they intend this whole like the common good aspect that they want to push on us is that let's say organized groups, so be it clans or just like groups of randoms that can play together properly, they make stuff, so finished goods like weapons, tools, stuff like that, and they put it in marketplaces. And randoms buy those with silver, and they use those to actually mine resources. And because like the solos, let's say, and like small groups don't really have the capability of producing a lot of stuff, instead of trying to do it at like reduced speed, they just put the raw resources into the marketplace, so the bigger groups don't waste time gathering said resources to make more finished goods. It's kind of like a balanced ecosystem. I'm pretty sure that's what this does.
Like if the solo player is just gathering a bunch of like berry bushes, they get a berry ration, 2 fiber, or like twigs or anything like that. They just sell, or even flint. That would even be like, if you just collect the 3 basic materials, sell it, and you have a stack of each, that's gonna be at least 90 silver. Estimatedly, like, so you just sell all the basic materials. The larger clans want the raw materials, but we can produce, like, there's no point in selling planks. It's better just to buy them from a merchant, because like, you sell a plank on the market, it sells for 3 silver. A plank at a merchant is like
5
silver. So
Yeah, but my point is,
like, sell weapons. They buy the weapons, and then they can farm like at a more productive rate than what they are capable of, because
solos,
they don't have a pickaxe.
For solos, it is a good idea, because I guess if they have a homestead that's away from, like, let's say the main town core production that's working together, if they want to do their own thing, that's fine, and they sell stuff, and we end up buying it, that's understandable, because they need the silver, I guess, for their core, not their core, their town, the homestead, for decay, right? Because you need silver for the decay. But the main problem is, though, selling that also, a lot of the stuff at the start, no one's gonna buy it though as well, because you can then stack up the whole area,
Okay
and no one's buying it.
But because like, if it's basically like an external inventory until you need it. Like, think about it. If you take out the enemy siege camps, it drops public silver, so that's a way to money launder the silver, is buying some resources back to produce more stuff. It's that access. Plus, like, you look at any of the town halls. What the EL base had, like, over 10k silver last major task. We had a few thousand that we didn't really utilize. It was just for upkeep.
Yep.
But like, the upkeep right now is like at a slower rate, I would say, than
I'm not sure.
previous tests.
It's still pretty decently
chunky.
Pretty chunky, yeah. Because like, we built quite a lot of stuff, even like defenses as well, and I think that also done quite a bit. But like, the decay was not decay. Sorry, the money was going down quite quick at some point, and everyone was like, "Where's all the silver going in the homestead?" It's like, we got none. It's like, money launder it. Go get some. Launder it quickly.
Making it at the same time.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Someone maybe bought something. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Yeah, it's gone.
Like, we had a lot of silver in our homestead, and we had 3 homesteads, and we were very much capable of basically maintaining all of them, and they were pretty stacked with buildings. What I feel should happen is the devs should also tie, or maybe completely take off the effect of the number of buildings in a homestead, and instead tie it with the population. Because if you have a lot of people in your homestead, that means you can generate more silver, and therefore you should pay more tax. Because then solos kind of, they can't really do much, Because if it's the same for a large group,
that's that key point right there. Is like, if they can't do much, so if they log off, that whole like plot that they settled down at is just like unutilized. And then if they don't have like an increased tax of like decay, that like, that potential spot of like nodes and resources that they're close to, you can't tap into it, or at least if they wall it off and like make it private.
All right, we're dragging too much on this topic. Let's carry on.
Let's move.
Let's move it on. All right, well,
I'm actually gonna dip. Thank you guys for having me. Enjoy the rest.
No problem. Enjoy yourself the rest of the day. All right, so we're still on, of course, love and hating stuff. I see there was a lot of love and hate on that one, so I don't know. We'll settle that one on a medium in between love and hate. We're gonna sandwich that, maybe keep it for later.
Needs some work.
Yeah, it needs some work. We'll maybe talk about that on the opinion section because that definitely was an opinionated topic. All right, so Freeze, I guess you're next then. What did you love about that last test then? Or not last test, sorry, last previous tests.
The town we did with different homestead specialization, and I think it's the future of the game. Have a big town with different homestead with one for wood cutting, one for farm, one for cooking. For big city, I like that.
I think that was amazing that we did it like that. I love that we did that because it was so handy. You didn't have to cluster everything into one little homestead because, like,
It's
I don't
spread
know.
out.
Yeah, it's very spread out. Trust me. Honestly, Rooster, if you tried it on your town, I think you guys would have loved it as well. Because
Oh no, we did. It's just
you?
they
Oh, okay.
I utilized it at my like at Ravenhill because we had 4 different homesteads, but I didn't have access to one of them because the founder wouldn't run over to my base. But like, I utilized all 3 settlement locations to get to the core and start storing stuff because my base was all the way by the boat bridge, so I'd have to run all the way south. But that was like my settlement was like flask production because I was farming boar dens.
But yeah, it was so good though. Like, we had basically like the 3 homesteads that were like near the core as well, which was pretty nice as well because the core surrounded it. But like, it was just so good that like just shove one homestead, be like, all right, you're just farming animals, whatever, chickens. That's all good. You're just farming stuff. Then the other homestead was all the wood, so it was just pure trees always. It's basically like Hunger Games. We're doing the districts, man. We were just doing that.
Yeah,
it was really good. It was pretty good. And like,
but we can travel between districts.
Yeah,
not in Hunger Games.
Well, yeah, we can of course travel between our districts, and not be blocked by superior power.
I think it's important to have the access of all these different production.
Definitely, it's definitely good. It's like allying with homesteads is very handy. Of course, you got to make sure you ally with the right homesteads because sometimes you could end up allying with like a griefer maybe or a troll or someone that's just going to use up all your
they did fix it. Like in the beginning of the test, like the allies had basically manager roles or at least founder positions where they could just destroy stuff and build.
Yeah. I think
one of our guys reported it, and then they took out the whole like building or just demolishing anything if you're allied.
Yeah, I know, but like if you're allied with another homestead,
you can build in their homestead.
Well, they can still access your stuff though. That's the thing. So that's the main thing. It's more like grief.
I did like how
stuff is what it is.
They couldn't access the stuff in the homestead itself. That was like for the homestead only. I thought that was really cool because then you could like have more private storage.
But I think for the familial, it's good to
separate homesteads like that. Yeah,
we can access it like we like allies.
Definitely, I feel like we should definitely do that again. We'll definitely do it again because that was so good. Anyways, next one. So Niels, are you still there? You've been sitting there quietly.
I just got here. So.
Sitting there quietly, little corner.
I just got back here. What do you mean?
You just got back. Okay. We've been sitting there
literally like 5 minutes, man.
Okay, so what did you love about the previous test that you really enjoyed? What was your pièce de résistance that you enjoyed through the updates, basically?
Well, kind of what Freeze just said before, like this test where it was like so many people, you could actually like specialize your homesteads, like farming homestead, mining homestead, kind of forced to as well. Because 25 people per homestead is just obnoxious if you're a larger group. But I really loved specialization per homestead was pretty nice.
Do you think 25 was too small for the homesteads, or do you think?
Problem. The complex you guys raided when you went for Blood Castle, nearly all of those homesteads were purely for MM. It's really problematic because we I think we had 5 full homesteads, and the 6th one we were using, like the farming, the mining, and whatever the fuck was in that entire area. It was like we just had to overflow all the time. And sure, for like you need 3 of them for like for specialization.
Yeah.
But it's really annoying because like what also said is like the permissions from not being able to build or demo or this or that. If it's staying 25, I kind of think it's important that your trusted allies who you ally with can access your stuff and can maybe do some stuff in your settlements. So perhaps they should do the same, like with the current system for people who join the homestead as a member, that you can like assign certain roles to allies, like like I don't know what it's gonna be called, but highly trusted that they can do everything, or just regular allies who can't like fucking rob you and shit.
Oh, so like a trusted ally
Something
and just
under
like a
manager.
regular ally, kind of.
Yeah,
kind
like
of thing.
for example, to put it in perspective, like if you're in homestead A and it's the mining homestead and the A is full, so your next people would join you, go in B, and it's the farming homestead, but they don't want to do farming. They want to be working in the mining homestead, but they can't do shit, or they had to say, dude, can you please place this, or get a guy from homestead A, because like they're kind of blocked out by limited permissions.
But you weren't. Oh, so is that what you're intending? You want basically that of
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
it was a good temporary fix, but in the future, especially if they're keeping 25 per homestead, it should be possible, or at least in my opinion, to select what you want your allies to have, because you have people who you were close with, and people who just want to be able to open your gates and whatever the fuck, so they can defend.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. The 25 is okay, but I feel like if an upgrade to the homestead happens, I feel like you should get maybe just a little bit more space of more people, maybe like to 30 or even
Yeah, 30
40.
would be nice.
40 is not bad. I would keep it definitely above. I mean, at that
I
point, as
mean,
maximum. But
they could make it like population dependent. So like the more people you have, the more people you can put in a homestead or something.
possibly, yeah. Well, maybe.
You know,
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's like based on tier or something.
All right,
Like, I
Rooster,
don't
you're the
really
last one.
understand why anyway. People are gonna bypass it anyway.
True.
They're just gonna make like what we did is we make a homestead with nothing in it. People subscribe to it. I ally it to all the homesteads, and they're just living in the other homestead anyway. So it's just kind of like
Yeah, you would
just
just cramp
pointless
everyone
work.
into one homestead. True. That would be just basically no
Yeah,
expansion.
I mean,
above.
at some point it's too much, but in the current testing with the current amount of people, that's how we do it each test usually.
I feel like they could fit just 30 though. 30 seems like a decent number because there was definitely still spaces for a couple bunk beds within the homestead just to shove in. But anyways, Rooster, you're the last one. We'll give it to you, and then I'll put down all the rest of my notes that I have, and we'll chat about that as well.
Okay, so I have to say, I liked how they tried to fix the bug, or not bug, animal like pathing,
Animal
just
path.
because of the whole the whole campfire glitch where you just get them stuck, and then I tried doing a whole thing with like siege camps with the stockades just to farm the bears a little bit better. But then this new major update, or the major, they added the stockades to place them anywhere, which changed the whole game of just like farming animals, which is I like it because like it gives you more time to if it's gonna be like a whole game of like 3 factions trying to kill each other. The whole beginning rush stage of like trying to push gear, I think if you could do it super fast and strike them really hard, like it's just gonna be a fun gameplay. Just because like you don't have to worry about logi as much. It's more of like the shield mechanics is like it's just sword and shield and some bows. So if you have more time of players that are focused on fighting instead of just like running shit back and forth, it's just I think it's a good step in the game direction.
Definitely.
And then like, but back on the animal pathing, just like bringing a whole pack of bears to fight for you, I just thought was like.
That was discovered on that
so
4 hours
fun.
desk beforehand when we were just messing about.
Yeah.
I started dragging some animals towards I think the remnants town when they were like built so close. I'm like, there's a whole group of bears behind. caused
I
a little
think
bit
in
of chaos
the
there.
further test, if they're probably going to change something with it, but I think it's going to be utilized more in the future, in my opinion.
I like it though. I kind of like it.
I really like it.
It's really
so
fun.
much. It's so fun.
It makes
'Cause,
it
like,
more fun as well. Yeah.
There's ways to do it where, like, if you're just naked, it's like
Yeah.
obviously you can get some action kits, but if you have like some gear like a bow or whatever, you can like aggro the bears that like potentially do some damage. It obviously can backfire on you, but
Yeah.
like that's half the fun. Like you're sending in a raging bear into a fight, and then you
poke him with a little stick, and then that's what happens.
Mhm.
That's what you get.
But
Get the
but
claw.
it's not even that overpowered too, because like I have clips of people like
struggling as
taking
well.
on the red bear, like, and the bear runs off and they survive.
Oh yeah,
But
I think if you don't attack it, basically, if you can tank most of the hits and not attack it, it will de-aggro off of you. That's what I've noticed on a lot of animals. If you just tank the hits and just don't do anything to it,
yeah,
you survive.
well,
it will just go
I think
away and be
also
like,
some
all right, you
swings do
survived,
it.
good job. I'll leave you alone.
Because like in the animation for like swinging and blocking, if you can like, so when I like really notice it is if you zoom in on like a wolf, if you get the first hit in, it kind of staggers their hit, kind of like the combat mechanics. Like if you get a hit, you can kind of stagger them.
Mm.
So it's like, well, it's a combination of like if
you
you
wanna
have like
parry
a
the bear,
health buff. You basically you're blocking or you're swinging before he swings, so it kind of like cancels the attack animation or damage. Probably doesn't negate the damage, but it like probably staggers his attack, which like prolongs the timer of him running off.
We need something for that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just now add my little points that I had. So mine are like pretty simple and pretty quick. I don't know what else I wrote, but I probably had some other ones. So I was mainly impressed that the servers are finally working day one on that last test, on the last major test, which was actually the main thing, because we've had tons of times where we've had loads of new people who have joined the game. So like they always jump in and be like, "Oh yeah, let's try out Anvil." It's like, "Let's go." You got 100 people then joining in, and then the server crashes, and you're like, "Well, that 100 people is now only 40 people because 60 people decided to leave because they're like, this game's terrible. The servers are terrible. They just keep crashing. And then you lose that population, which is kind of a shame. And we need that. Everyone wants that right now happening. Like we've noticed that the population grows and dies sometimes very drastically, and servers working is the main thing because the server pop, like as in the servers just dying on the first few days of the test is like really just, I don't know, it's really like a bummer because you see people join in and then like don't see them anymore, like well he's probably just logged off because can't be bothered because the servers are bad right now, so it's like whatever. But I'm very happy that the servers are working and they fixed that. That's the main thing. Good job, devs. So I also had some other ones about relating servers as well. So it was also crossing borders when you did it with a group. It didn't fail, which was actually kind of nice. So we did it, I think, twice or 3 times, where we had just everyone crossing the border, and it was perfectly fine. No one had any problems. I think one person might have disconnected or went AFK, but I think that was just their own problem.
There was one person where like
we had
they were on
some
cav.
issue with travel.
You did?
And
what was the issue?
No, it was just a cavalry player like got sent to the void.
Oh.
But the horse stayed, so you could still
I traveled
back.
one time and I could disconnect. Game just crashed. So
I don't know. That might have been a personal.
Yeah,
because I've got a really bad PC. I have a really bad PC, and I didn't crash at all. And I was shocked that I didn't crash even once crossing any border. I usually had like problems always, and I was just like, okay, it's working, amazing. I'm happy.
I mean, I had some problems.
Oh, did you? What did you have, Andrew?
Some big problems with the boats when crossing the borders. Sometimes certain boats would just get stuck, or people would start flying in the air and drowning after that. So
I think they have
quite a lot of issues with the boats.
Yeah, boats, I know boats always had a problem whenever they were crossing borders previously, because if you had people on the boat, only the driver would cross, and the other two people would just fall into the abyss.
It was
And
awful.
it's like, oh, you guys are dead. Okay, never mind.
This
Yeah.
last test, I had another issue where basically, okay, for example, I'm heading north into the northern border. An enemy is running, or enemy and allies are running from the north border to the south. So we're going on different server ends or server border ends. We can still see each other on the radar map, but like inside the border, everyone was invisible, and the comms, like, you couldn't hear anyone through like crossing, but you could see the red dot like and green dot were like on top of each other, but just you couldn't see them. It was weird. It was a weird like glitch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So what else I had? I had also fixed camps. So everyone had problems with camps before, where they had the thing where only the Thane of the camp, or whoever placed the camp basically, was only able to build, which was really ridiculous. So finally they fixed that, which now everyone can finally build on the camp. They can they unfortunately can't delete those stuff. Like, you can't remove and replace stuff anymore. So that was the weird thing that I was a bit shocked of. So the camps were fixed with at least building, which was the main problem, because then you don't have to have everyone waiting for that one guy who placed the camp to run back. Like, all right, I'm coming, I'll fix the walls, running down from the battlefield. So at least they fixed the camps, building, and I guess the Fane lock or whatever it is, I guess, or I don't know what it was called basically. But anyways, so they fixed that. They had the nice things, of course, we talked about as well before. I think you guys already mentioned it, where beacon system, amazing. I love that. That's still great. And the cross-border ones, I guess it wasn't mentioned, but yeah, you can put beacons across border, and the beacon still works, of course, crossing to the other side of the border. So basically, if you have someone trying to attack you, you can still see the beacon network, and you can still see someone with, I know, a group of people trying to go towards the border. Then you can notice it earlier on, and at least QRF maybe early, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool that works. I like that. I know this is probably not a big thing, but I like that they changed the supplies now just to silver. Having it to pure silver is probably the nicest thing, because when they changed it, when they had it to, like, you had to buy the supplies with the silver, it was just like, why not just make the silver the supplies? You're like, what the hell? So it's kind of that was kind of a nice thing that they done that. So having silver as supplies was just really, really nice as well. So I was kind of just having, like, I don't know. I guess it's much easier basically, because you don't have to hassle as well sending supplies. What was it called? Not reinforcement supplies. What was the other one called?
Labor supplies.
Labor supplies. Thank you very much. The labor supplies, basically, you'd have to then, if it was the same method like it was before, you'd have to buy labor supplies, take every single labor supplies to every homestead, and then the homestead, I guess, I'm assuming, transfers that labor supplies to the town hall or something. I don't know how that works. Or you have to supply the town hall as well with labor supplies. But it was very confusing having it as
It's basically
silver.
upkeep.
Yeah, the supplies upkeep was just as silver was just, it's so much better. So I feel like that was a good change as well. So yeah, if you guys have anything else on that love one, I think we can maybe fit one more. No, we'll do hate. Oh, you wanna do the hate? Ready? You're ready. All right, Freeze.
What a hateful thing.
Yeah, we'll go with you first then. What did you hate?
Okay.
Freeze.
25 Homestead. 25 player Homestead. I had like during the test we had like during all the tests we had like 60 a lot of player login, and we were not able to bring all the people in the town. So some new player just came and they can't play. And we built another homestead far away, and it's too hard.
Yeah.
This is the main issue of the test for me.
I agree a little bit with that as well. I kind of thought the crampedness of only having 25 was like, there's a lot of land here we still had open. Like, honest to God, our homestead felt very, not barren, but kind of like free real estate is a nice way to say it. There was a lot of real estate that could have been still used. Like, we could have maybe put up a what's it called, a modular home, and built like a bunch of beds as well and stuff like that. So I feel like the limitations of having 25 is definitely because in the future test as well. If you think about it, when the population goes higher and higher, only having 25 is very small for a town as well. Like when you have, let's say, I don't know, 20 homesteads and they're all got 25, they're all full. Like
I don't even get that much.
What do you mean?
Hard cap's 250 or 300. I didn't count it. I didn't count it, but I think we were at 300 beds. I don't know how many of those were claimed. But at a certain point, let's say 250, again, not sure, didn't count. But when people joined, they could join the homestead, but once they want to click on the bed, which actually links you to the settlement, it said, this settlement can't support any more dwellings or whatever the fuck.
Oh, is it?
So
there
is a hard cap on settlements. You can physically not join them.
So is like 300, I think.
Okay.
From what they made it.
To add on to that, increase the town hall cap. Because come on, man, if you're increasing
think about
1,000 players, if you're thinking about it in the future, they're gonna have more than 1,000 players in these towns. They're gonna have tons of players in these towns. You're gonna have to increase the town hall cap to maybe like 500 to each or something like that, because no way you're only fitting. How much was it? You said 250, was it?
300, 250. I didn't count, but we got 313 beds, so let's say 300. I didn't count again. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that might not be even 300 because, like, I know beds.
Yeah.
So, like, you could spam beds and it will show you the number, so it might even be less than that. So, okay, whatever. But anyways, like, at least increase then town hall cap of I almost put my name, put JB.
I think there could be. I think if you leave it at the cap as it is, I think there's like it just needs to be evolved, like the player base of like once it's reached, then we start to move another settlement, like prep to make another settlement.
But you're limited. Then you're also limited with the amount of settlements that are placeable.
Yeah.
Think about the radius of a settlement is quite large.
What I mean by settlement is like, settlement / core is like, but you could. I think if you have like a settlement that's like used for like logi or like back when we had that whole like huge like one of the edit majors where the it was on what island, what is it, but it was that huge epic battle. The reason why it lasted so long is like we had a siege settlement and it was actually like prepped or like we built up and like made everything like horse stables and like all the stuff that makes supply or read.
I think I know which. I remember.
Yeah,
but
that whole. Yeah, you were definitely in it.
Yeah,
but that whole battle was prolonged because like we could bring back gear, repair it, bring it back, cut the trees, make the stuff that we need for the sieges, and like it was. I thought that was a really fun fight.
It was fun, but that was also, now you've got to remember that was town halls back then when they were small, when they were smaller, and it was the radius increased depending on how much people you had inside, and that's different now. Now it's the radius. You've got your town hall radius, which is already placed as soon as you place down the town hall. So there's a radius already that allows you to place your homesteads within this radius, of course. And
it still kind of works.
Yeah, I know that, but like, there's so much real estate that's still left out. Like within our town was quite big as well, but like there was so much real estate that just wasn't used. Like even when we went to the remnants as well, and we were over there was quite a lot of spaces that were just open fields. Like that could be used, like all of these areas could be used for a homestead, but because you're limited on pop cap and you're limited on homestead cap, it basically you're limited. So right now, if they don't allow at least the usage of all the land, then what's the point of having all that land at the same time? You know what I mean? So it's like a bit of a. I guess they will increase it over time, but I hope they will increase it for next test because the population has increased, and having that limited amount is definitely a necessary thing to at least increase for for I guess the player base, you know. So like the more the players, the more the space you need and all that stuff basically.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Also,
yeah, go on.
one really important on that as well. Like we had a lot of randoms with us, and it's really hard to get rid of. Like not against
Yeah.
randoms, but if you're the big town, the main town, you get these randoms flocking to you. You play 5 minutes, fuck off, and they just start taking up slots in your village. I was like, please raid these idiots. Like I'm not even defending them. Like if you're not talking to me or to the people in the town, just die. Like fuck, go away.
Yeah, I had to. I remember at the start. It was quite bad. At the start, basically we had like 30 just randoms at the town halls. Like, hey, how do I get into this town, or like how do I access or whatever? You know, they was just confused basically. I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this today. So this was day one, and I had to make sure all of these randoms at least lived somewhere. Like I don't care where. I just really just wanted them out of the way because I know they would cause a little bit of chaos within our town and be like, okay, I'm gonna organize you guys whilst all of the rest of the guys that know what they're doing are just not worried about basically all of these noobs. So I was making sure, okay, guys, here's a homestead. This is what you live in. You build beds. You quickly do this. You okay. And that point on, I was like, I've basically gotten their livelihood set up. I'm like, okay, this is basically what you do. You get yourselves resources from this. If you want to then cut down trees, that's what you do. You got to get an axe. You got to craft yourself an axe within a workbench. The build menu is press B. You'll figure out which one's the correct builds that you need, and they figured it out. So like, as long as I got them in the area, shoved them all into that one spot. It's like, here you go. This is where you live. They started living, and they actually made their own little homestead. But the problem is, of course, instructions to do that is also very bit confusing for them. You know what I mean? Because like they run to the town hall and they're like, "What do I do?"
What's this icon?
But,
what is this little animal fat or
yeah,
clay pot?
like, that's what I mean. Like they're all just like, "Huh? I've got a berry, but I can't eat it." Yeah, because you got to cook it and then you eat it. So they're like all confused like that. You know what I mean? They're like,
really quick.
trust me,
I'm gonna be in the general chat.
How to eat?
Could you
I had that.
it
was painful. It was so bad. Like the amount of berries that were just saying, "How do I eat this berry?" It's like, left click. It's like I can't. It's like, have you cooked it? You gotta cook it. Yeah, you do. It's like, oh my god, not another one. But it was not bad. I guess explaining a little bit to them just to get them settled. But yeah, of course, I hope it doesn't become like Foxhole, where you have the worst introduction to the game ever because it hasn't been updated for I don't know how many years. That game for that tutorial, it's really not even a tutorial I think anymore. It's just like a training room for I don't know, running around. I guess
it can be great to do a real thing with a solo world, just to the new player appear and do simple thing. And when he build the homestead, cut some tree, he can spawn on the map. And after learn all these things because
like a home island.
Yeah, but a solo home island with a full tutorial to build the homestead, to make food, to make a first axe, and when you do all these things, you can play. So because now it's
at least to understand crafting. Yeah, at least a little bit of
crafting.
The
simple.
That'd be nice.
Debate.
Simple crafting, at least. Like that would be great because then later on afterwards, of course, they'll spawn in with the rest of the towns and be like, all right, I know how to do this basic stuff. It's like, okay, we can teach you now forging or something. There you go.
It's an issue too to be able in the start to be able to spawn on the town, and they just spawn in and don't understand anything.
Yeah.
Because you can't build anything without getting 10 people together.
I was gathering them like sheep, dude. You just gotta be the shepherd. Gotta be the shepherd and gather the sheep, take them to the little flock stable, and be like, here, I'm gonna shave you.
You both all
I'm gonna be in the general channel. Can you move me in just like 2 minutes?
Oh, what was that? Oh, he just moved himself. Okay, never mind.
He wants to move back in 2 minutes, I think.
Ah, okay, cool. But yeah, anyways, like I feel like it's definitely, I don't know. definitely needed some sort of maybe introduction tutorial would be nice. The introduction itself is like very simple because it does say build yourself a homestead, and it's like, how do I do that? Because they don't even know how to gather berries or twigs. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real,
I have
Gary twig, Gary. Well, I don't know who Gary is. Grab twig or berries to get this
Gary.
stuff. Yeah, I got berry and grab. Went
because
together.
some people, some new player, just didn't found some sticks, sticks or berries. They don't find it, so they can do anything, and they get killed by wolves and bears.
Yeah.
Ravens.
They think you can
it's
pet
hard
it.
for, it's a hard
I know.
game for new people.
All right, so who else has got a hate thing? Because I see Reese really hated population. Camps. You hated camps. What was your
camps? Fucking suck.
They still do suck. I do agree.
They need to have just
I disagree.
sawbucks. We just need more shit. There's just like you just don't do anything.
Just that.
Yeah.
Like
if you add that changes the whole game of it. But like the resupplies or the reinforcement supplies need some work.
I think
like a little bit of buff.
We spoke about this to you, didn't we, Rooster? We were in the chat when we were talking about camps one time. I have it written down somewhere. It's where it was an improvement for camps specifically, where basically make a like a mini camp crafting bench, but it can only craft. Yeah, it's like a bench though as well, where you can only craft specific items, very specific items. But it's basic.
I think we were saying it's like only flint, basically the flint tools.
Flint tools, like you can craft flint tools, but nothing else. Or like you can also craft repair materials.
You know what?
As well, because repair materials you need for a camp, right? You need to repair.
Yeah,
the camp,
you do.
You need to repair the ram. You need to maybe repair your ladders if some spastics, smacked it once.
I think maybe you should make it a bronze anvil instead. You actually give more utilization to like have anvil weapons, or actually, you know what? Never mind, because you need a furnace to smelt all the shit.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
I think tier 0 is the best. If we're assuming bronze is tier 1, just make it everything tier 0.
Literally having it, or
but a sawbuck and that
tier 2. If tier 1 is flint, then we'll just do it. We'll do it from 1.
Because it just sucks to you have to bring axes, and then you have all these logs just laying around. You can't do anything with them. You can't turn them into twigs.
You can't use them.
You can't turn them into planks to make ladders.
Yeah, at least have the sawbuck availability as well. Like having a sawbuck within a camp would be amazing, because
that's the first thing you can build in a tier 1 settlement is it's a sawbuck. Why can't you build a sawbuck at a camp?
And also,
or even a workbench, bro.
And also, relating to camps, get rid of small camps. What do we need them for anymore? What are they useful for? Nothing. They're just so pointless.
Actually,
I think they could be used for
basically. Come on, man. You got 5
No, parts hunting's fun. Just going around.
They're good for scout camps, but the problem is the noobs don't know that they're only good for scout camps, so they fucking litter them everywhere.
And it sometimes does mess up with town spawn. Well,
and it's like they just needed decay or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just need to that decay thing. Yeah, definitely just needs to be a thing.
Probably
they do have decay now. That's why there's silver in the camps.
It wouldn't be that hard. Maybe as if there's people online and they're linked to the small camp actively, it stays on. But the moment nobody online and nobody attached to it, it decays within an hour or something, or really fast. That could be a decent way to balance that, but that's a lot of work to code. So
or they could just remove them.
Yeah, just remove them.
Remove them and rework them.
I don't know how it was on the ancient side.
But
I don't know how it was on the ancient side, but on the remnant side, all the noobs, because they couldn't build up towns, they just spammed small camps.
Yep.
And I had to walk almost 2 hours just to find a place where I can place down, a town because of all the small camps. So fuck that, man. Get them removed, or at least,
I agree.
Don't allow people to build them.
Or just make it so you can build with the tents in range.
Or,
exactly.
If you're allowed to build them, you have to be already submitted or in a town, basically. You have to be a part of a town to place a small camp. If not, then just get rid of them. Because I've had I've suggested multiple times that these small camps can be useful. Make them useful for I don't know, for a little for I don't know. I'm trying to think now. My brain just went dark. Turn on. Small camps be useful for sawbucks, basically, like as in you can cut down trees like a cutting log camp, like a logging camp, or just cutting down trees, and it's like a little bit further down the line or something, or like a hunting camp where you just build a camp just to quickly go hunting in this area, and that's it, and then you can make a couple bits of storage, and that's it, nothing special, nothing dangerous that it will cause where like you can do partisaning or something like that with it, but maybe have some sort of use to it where it's actually got something except a tent, and that's it. Like that's all you can build on it. You can build a tent. That's it. You can't build nothing else. You can't build a wall. You can't build anything. That's literally it. You can't build anything else. It's just tent. So it needs some sort of use, or just completely remove them and improve the large camps, and that's all. Honestly, improving the large camps is the main thing. I feel like because those camps just are really weak though.
They just suck.
They really do suck. The walls are weaker than the fence walls you have within your towns. So either improve it to the health of those walls much more, or like I've suggested before as well, allow us to upgrade those walls to T2. Allow us to just T2, nothing more. Nothing more than that, because you can get the logs by cutting down trees, make planks, if you have a sawbuck, and then upgrade the walls to T2, and then you have T2 camp walls, and that's it. That's all you need.
Or even just log walls, just like cutting down the fucking logs to get a pure log wall. That would be nice.
They do look
I
like
think a log wall would be cool if they changed it to like. That would be cool.
The design of those camp walls look like log walls already, so I don't know what they'll look like. So I don't know. Maybe they'll change the design for it, but at least make it that you have some sort of tier 2 version of that said wall. Like so it has more health, so it doesn't take like 2-3 flasks to remove one wall, and then they can go through the next wall after. But like, yeah, it's just I don't know. They need to do something with it where it has some sort of improvements to it. Definitely a workbench that is limited to what you can craft. Flint tools would be just the best thing, at least.
Okay, back on the tier 1 camps, I think they should have sandbox too.
The small camp. That's what I mean. So that's what I was on about.
Yeah, small camps and workbench,
that's what I was on about.
I'm just scared because if you do that, then noobs are just gonna just spam small camps.
Well, the only reason I say that is because, like, for me, I have some like boat base locations that you need to you have to chop down trees to get to it or place it down. But if you do that, like the current version, you basically have to build another settlement, travel halfway across you have to travel halfway across the map to then place another settlement with 10 people.
But that's the thing then, because then if you create a small camp, small camps are just weak as well. So like at the same time, if they do something like that, you have to improve the small camp durability, and I don't know, maybe add walls as well, whatnot, defend it. But that's the thing. I've thought of it before as well, like how small camps could use a sawbuck just to make a logging camp or a hunting camp, allow at least maybe to build stockpiles or something. And that's it. Just have stockpiles.
I mean,
in the sawbuck, but
it might not even have to be a small camp. You could just make a shittier workbench that can only do like 3 things, and then you can have an axe and a knife and like a spear, and that's all it fucking makes. So you can make that and then use shit.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That could just be used on the large camp. Why not just do that on the large camp? But yeah, it's just I feel like small camps just remove them completely now, because
or rework them. Yeah,
rework them if you want to put them back in devs, but like just get rid of them because they really are pointless. There's no use anymore. So yeah, anyone else got any hate ones before I add my list of?
Yeah, we got a lot.
I got a lot.
I think camp location spots should not be limited based on the homestead radius. It should be based on the town hall radius. Because I hate how you have to put camps so fucking far away. If you guys just like turtle with homesteads, like there's just naked homesteads everywhere. You can't place a camp near it. It's so stupid.
So wait, you're saying camp locations be built within?
Like they have to be so far away from the town. Like I want to be able to place. It's gonna be really stupid, but if I can place a camp next to the wall, I would love to do that. It's stupid. You shouldn't do it, but I feel like I shouldn't be gated to do that.
Wait, I swear you were able to build camps though in town. No, you weren't. Were you?
No, you have to have it outside of the core radius.
Yeah.
Like the
Core radius
largest
or town?
radius.
Is it town hall radius?
No,
I would say it's like the settlement radius.
So
It's
settlement
like
radius. Okay.
there's
Okay,
like the core set building radius, and then there's the
the
whole radius
homestead radius. Yeah, I understand now. Yeah.
you have to be a certain range away from the blue zone, but you can still build it within the green zone.
Okay, so
Yes.
at least allow it to be built within the town hall radius, not the core radius. Got it. That's all right. Yeah, I guess that'd be kind of nice because then I guess you could use maybe.
Again, I mean, it's probably a shitty idea to do that, to place it right next to the walls. But like, I want to not be gated, like, to not do that.
Yeah, that would fix the issue of like reinforcement supplies, like for spawn, because you can actually make more. You can process the meat into reinforcement supplies a little bit faster. I would say. Yeah, dude, make the dried meat a fucking reinforcement supply, and that changes, like, my opinion.
Dried meat.
Why do they even have dried meat? It doesn't do anything.
I'm adding that in.
Silver.
Dry rack, still useless.
Silver? Like what?
Yeah, you can
I know. You just sell it, but like, why do they haven't even? Why is it even in the game? It's still in the game and it has no purpose.
For reinforcement supplies, but I'm assuming they just didn't realize it's still there.
Yeah, they
Probably.
forgot.
Just like whatever. They forgot
It's
about
because
it.
they know camps are just so shit.
Yeah, because they don't care about camps. That's what I'm saying. Improve camps. They listened to us when we talked about stockades, and we want stockades for the town. Give us stockades for the town. Now listen for camps. We want camps improved.
Speak up the whole fighting. You know, it's another form of logistics.
Literally, it is. All right. Anyone else got anything else before I add on my stuff? No. Go on.
Yeah. I really hate that you can't sell horse feed and chicken feed, or what you used to.
You can't. Oh, as in the prices changed for the horse.
Yeah, the prices changed.
I don't know. I didn't.
Nah,
I feel like it wasn't too bad, but like, I guess
it's not that bad if you just sell everything. To be honest, if we go back to the market.
Yeah, I feel like that was abused a lot. I think everyone knew that was very abusive because like the price for one chicken feed and horse feed was 5 coins. And that was crazy. And you can get so much chicken
silver
feed.
Per...
You could get 100. What's that? So 100 feed in there, and that's 500 silver already. And like that's crazy. And that's so easy to gather. All you need to gather is what's it called? The seeds.
Divided by 2.
And that's it.
Yeah, 2 seeds is like almost
I like how you have
everything.
You have to think about what you're selling now. You can't just be like, oh, we're just going to sell clay bricks, or oh, we're just going to sell feed. You have to actually be like, do I want to sell this food, or do I want to keep it, or do I want to sell armor? Because it also gives the randoms like incentives to start selling shit.
Bricks anymore. They away, didn't they?
Can't sell what?
Clay bricks. Didn't they take it away?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't do that anymore. You can't even sell clay bricks. You can't sell.
That was the worst thing that they did for me. They took away my clay bricks. That was my profitable silver economy right there, bro. I was selling so many. Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah, but like no one would buy that shit. And now people buy shit.
True.
It's abused. You should have gone for the dried meat, 100 a pop per more.
maybe, yeah. But so improvements, I guess. Improvements in economy. Let's do that. Improvements in.
It's gonna happen in like phase 7 or 8.
Yeah, we'll definitely say it's
on,
definitely messed up that they did change the prices on certain items.
On
but yeah.
trade and economy.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have real update for that, if you see.
That
for economy and trade.
Probably be better later on. Better pricing. This is what I wanted to write. There you go. Anyone else got anything else?
Oh yeah.
What do you got?
I know.
Bring back the clay brick and make clay roads.
Hold on, Andrew said, "Oh yeah."
So pretty much farming in general, like the whole point, of agriculture is to be sustainable and, move from a gathering society to a farming society. And right now, in order to farm, you need to gather. So what's the point of having, a farmer if he needs to get out
and
from, from the town? Exactly, and gather more seeds. And you also use the seeds for horse feed. So, like, it's just not sustainable.
Do you know what? Oh, I had so with our regular cook / farmer / chef, we always have the same conversation. He always hates it. One thing, same thing what you talked about the farming, improvement on the farming. Allow us to make seeds from our farms. Like, come on, devs, it is a thing. Like, this was a thing. You were able to use some of your crop to make it into seeds, so then you can get seeds more for your next crop. And like, let's say you've one of your plots is for seeds, the rest of them is for food, right? So you have one plot is just for seeds to improve your seed, I guess, output, and the next one is just all for food, just so you get more food. But it's
I
like
mean,
you don't have that because you don't get enough seeds out of each farming plot, right? You don't get enough of it. You just get like one
exactly.
out of like 10 like pieces or something. I don't remember how many it is, but it's
One
it's really
per.
one per what?
Let's say we have 10 crops. You
Yeah.
only get 3 seeds.
Basically. Oh, is it free? Is it free per 10? Oh, damn, that's still low though. That's
odd.
terrible. That's still dreadful, man.
That's really bad. They can fix it really easily, like, or make the return of the seed 1-for-1, like one crop, one seed back, or 1.25, per crop harvested, or just make some special crops that only produce seeds.
Yeah,
that's
what I think.
that's
is
what
the
I
best.
think. I think that's the better idea.
You should plant the crop that you got, and then that should make more seeds. Just so it's like the same system, but they're just adding on to it.
Exactly, and like it can be fixed, really easily. And somebody was talking about that. Oh, they just want to make it like this so people wouldn't stay in their castles, just farming and having infinite food. Just make the farms bigger and force us to move them outside the town.
Exactly.
That can be it.
It's just so much more like work then, because then like you said, you're gonna have your farmer then be like, all right, well, I've run out of seeds because the ratio of seed to crop is dreadful, so I got to go back out there and find more seeds, even though I have a farm here that can make me seeds. But of course, that is not implemented in the game yet. So, they definitely need to make it where you have an option where you press something, or you have some sort of
Or just craft the cabbage into seed. Like you harvest.
or craft the cabbage into the seed or something. Or I don't know about that, crafting the cabbage into seed. What we like Minecraft?
Not really lunch.
Nah, more like I don't know.
Maybe a new structure like a seeding plant. So instead of the mill where you mill it, it just these.
I don't think it should come from. You should have to plant it again, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't be something that turns it into something. It should be you have to replant the cabbage that you grew.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. It's like you gather the cabbage or the wheat, and then you put it into another structure, and that like bangs out all the seeds.
Well, you don't need even a structure. Just be able to place the cabbage back into the fields.
The wheat you could do technically. I guess you could say the wheat could be milled into more seeds, because if you think about it, wheat is the seed anyways.
It's like seeds.
All you got to do is just crush that up a little bit, and there you go. So maybe
give it a good shake.
Maybe a crafting method. Yeah, good shake. There you go. Get back on the field, you silly wheat.
Hit the wheat on the floor.
Yeah, just smack it a few times. That works. Yeah, maybe a crafting one and a plantable one or the other. It really doesn't matter. Whichever one works. At least have something that improves farming, so we can get more seeds back from our stuff. Because it is terrible. I agree. 100% agree with that. That's a good one, Andrew. Honestly, I love that one. Anyone else got any other ones then? Before I slap on my cue of.
You gonna say that every time?
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering because I keep asking, and like someone out of nowhere pops up with an extra. Yes, I hate this.
Well, I mean, it's kind of stupid to say it, but like I think the Rams. I have kind of two, I guess. The Rams not being covered, that's really stupid. I hate that. I also hate how the ladders are neutral and anybody can do anything to them. That's also really stupid.
Oh my god! Don't make me start on Rams. I got it. I've got it, brother.
I say it's stupid because I know there's a combat update, but like still, or supposed combat update.
Yeah, but with ladders, anyone being able to use them. Yes, I think it's an issue where like they're not even like 5 feet from the ladder and they can still like dismantle it because they could do Alt E on the ladder. But like in war, like in combat, like you're able to push the ladder down. You know, you play chivalry, you get the ladder up, you can push it down.
So what you're saying is
it's like
you
a back
want
and
us
forth.
to have the ability to push the ladders down?
No, that's
I
already
don't think
already in the
that
game. But you
should be.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
gonna
it's
mess
how it
up
goes.
ladders.
Right now, it's like if you're 5 feet away from the ladder, you can still dismantle the ladder.
There should be like an interact timer or something.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but it shouldn't just be like, oh, I can just instantly do it if I'm fast enough.
In like Foxhole, where you wrench the mines or something like that.
Oh yeah, like a tool. That'd be good. Like a tool.
Like
to,
you just
to
sit
dismantle
still, and
the
if you
ladder.
move it, it
siege
stops
hammer.
you.
A siege hammer.
Oh yeah, they get like 4 hits on it or something.
No, the anti-ladder stick.
Anti-ladder
Push
stick.
away.
It's something that just
makes
pokes the
the
ladder
club
down, and it pushes the
useful
ladder
again.
down.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Sounds
real
fun.
thing. That's a real thing. Play
The
Bannerlord.
anti-ladder stick. All right, let's talk about the Rams though. I really want to talk about the Rams because I hate Rams as it is right now. They are like dreadful. Like you said, they don't have no like protection, like zero protection on the Ram. You can't protect yourself from any sort of fire of like basically like any arrow fire that's landing on you.
Even if
any
there's like a
scorpion.
shield wall.
Even a shield.
Yeah, they can't even
they
But
can't
stand in
that,
front of
protect.
you either.
I think that has to do with like the height advantage too. Like since like
But that's what
when
I
we were
mean,
doing
though.
Blood
You
Castle,
can't-
they were
can't
shooting
shield
because they had
yourself.
high ground.
You need a
Yeah.
shield. Like I've suggested this before, where like maybe have the Ram people that are on the Ram.
Ooh,
have
they could
the
charge the
ability-
shield on the side.
Yeah, like they can press like defense or something, to put their shield up in front of them, like above their head or something, and it protects their their body, and then they can ram, and then the only way they can get killed is from the sides. So if the
Or
sides
you
aren't
can
protected, then you're dead.
upgrade the ramp.
Or upgrade the ram, maybe, but that like
Upgrade
Yeah.
the ramp.
I know.
Be able
I think
to
like
do that.
a that's like a T0 or T1 RAM, and then you have like a covered
Pendulum
RAM.
ram. We've said this before.
Yeah, I want like a
When is
RAM
it
that
then?
also does not. You don't have to reverse. I would like just like a standing RAM. I think that would also be really good.
That's the pendulum one,
Well,
yeah.
the-
Where you
the
just
reverse
stand there and
ram
just
is
swing
Yeah.
it.
You need to be able to run back a little bit faster, like with like the reverse.
Yes,
like it needs
reverse.
to be sped up.
I
Like
agree with that.
what
as
I was
well.
thinking is like maybe if you can like just like switch the body position of the character where like they're running or they're facing in reverse of the ram, and then they can sprint, they can like run the ram backwards. If that makes sense.
It really does. Like honestly, that the ramming reverse speed is just I don't know, but I hate it.
Atrocious.
It's like everyone's like protect the ram. It's like shit, the driver's gone. Shit, the guy's on the back is gone. Oh, never mind.
I'm about to die. I'm getting off.
Yeah, literally, I had to switch with. I remember,
Yeah,
remember
well,
Raleigh.
that's-
I was
that's like-
switching with you. I was like, Raleigh,
Yeah.
10 health, switch.
Yeah.
And then he had to switch because he had more health. And then it was like, crap,
Yeah.
keep reversing. It's like, quickly, eat the food.
Eat the food. Get back on.
They get back on, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Charge your
just,
shield buff.
it's chaotic. It's pure chaos. It's just,
But that's the fun in it. That's the fun.
it is fun. But, like,
Yes.
I would love the fun if I can at least protect my front. At least, like, because you have soldiers and infantry protecting your sides, understandable, but you're still getting peppered from the top. You can't do anything about that. And you can't have someone stand on top of the ramp because it doesn't work then. So it's just like,
it's all bugged.
how are we going to do that? So, like, come on, devs, like, think of something to at least protect the top bit or the front bit at least. So you can have some sort of protection on the front, but your sides are vulnerable. Having the sides vulnerable is very understandable. Like, this was like stuff in in medieval times was definitely more smarter than I don't know what the devs can think of, I guess. But like it's just simple protection, just on your face, protect your face or the front, and have the sides vulnerable. And yeah, that's just really the best thing. Reversing as well. Please, like at least improve reversing, because no way that we're charging that fast and then we're like, we can't pull it as fast as we can though. Like, come on, we could definitely pull it as fast as we can pushing it. It's just so simple. Just add speed, add a shift button.
They also need to do more damage too. It's fucking. It takes forever to go through anything.
That's what I'm saying. Add an upgrade. You know how you said add an upgrade to the RAM? I feel like if there is an upgrade version to it, it would then add more damage to it. So it had like a metal cap to it, a metal cap to the RAM, because right now it's wooden, right? If you have an upgrade where you can have a metal cap to it, like so you have to, I don't know, let's say add metal iron ingots to it, and you're like, all right, hammering the iron ingots to it, and you've got an upgraded version, you know, and then you go
10 more iron.
Yeah, 10 more iron or something. I don't mind that. Whatever, screw it. 10 more iron. No, that's too expensive. I want to say 5 more iron. That seems a bit too pricey. 5 more iron.
10 more. If it's like a 20, so you have an upgrade. They're probably gonna have like add like 10 fiber, 10 iron, no more planks. I don't know.
Yeah,
or animal
like
fat.
some sort of just some sort of upgrade to it though, because like it's just not fun right now. It's just too weak. Get killed off way too easily from it, and
Takes way too long
it
to
takes
do
way
anything.
too long because you need like 2-3 rams sometimes just to smack one wall, and it's just like, yeah, well, good luck doing that because you're gonna get peppered with arrows anyways, and then here comes the scorpion bolt. You know, then you're dead and you've lost your ram because rams also take damage from arrows anyways. So why not allow us to protect ourselves and like let the ram take damage anyways at the same time? But yeah, that definitely is a necessary thing to just to have. Also, another thing about rams, I've realized when we were trying to repair the rams, and there was no enemies at all near us. I know we were within enemy territory, but there was no enemies within like our area at all. And I know we've repaired rams within enemy territory before because we have done it, and we were away from the enemies. But we couldn't repair it because apparently it said enemies too close or nearby. And we were looking around. I was like, guys, look around for an enemy nearby. Like, there's no one here.
Maybe it was an enemy campfire.
No,
Remember the two sieges or
Yeah,
two
structures
prior
matter,
tests?
I think.
I don't think
The
there
two
was. That's
prior
the thing.
tests.
There was no structure. Even like, I don't think it was that. But I feel like structure shouldn't be the problem then, because
I
if it's
feel
structures, then
I feel like it's the campfire because that's like it's considered an enemy
I
structure.
don't think there was an enemy. I don't think there was a campfire though near us because I was looking around and I didn't see any campfires near us. But yeah, it was just like it's just bad. Like, come on, devs, allow me
So
to
just make
repair
a
it.
repair station at the fob, and it doesn't matter if anybody is close. Like I'm kind of against field repairs 10 meters away from the base, but if they would make like an
Not
actual
10
repair
meters, though.
station,
But that's the thing. We
I
weren't
mean-
10 meters, Neil. So we were, you know. So okay,
Uh,
you know the
we
wall
were,
we
like,
were
50
ramming.
even I mean,
We were-
if they
yeah.
fix it, to where like and distance from enemy is realistic, like you could build it pretty close if they would fix it. Like if they would just make a
Yeah.
repairing station, like I'm kind of against being able to fucking hammer your carts and your horse carts and everything else like in the random field with a hammer. Or at least
Well-
not to full HP. Like maybe like go half HP in the with field repairs, but you need like an actual a station you can build in your fob.
That's a good idea.
My guy's trying to make
Like
a
you only
garage,
get it to like
Vauxhall.
you can only get it to like 50% health or something. You don't get to full health.
Because it's kind of like how is it logic you can go field repairs at 200%? I mean, especially a RAM.
I don't know. It's kind of makes sense because if you think about it, like, let's say I don't know the wheel's broken. What do? You just whack in the new wheel, right? Come on. Like a bolt has gotten loose. All right, just whack in a new bolt. Come on. Like it's really medieval kind of style. Really, is what they're trying to go for. But like, right. The thing is, the range though for that was just atrocious because like we were. I would say I don't know what a good length of describing that would be, but I don't know, 3 arrow ranges. So like the bow range, we were 3 bow ranges away from you guys basically that were on the walls, and there was definitely no enemies behind us because I was looking at the beacons and there was no enemies behind us. So I was just like thinking, what's blocking us? It might have been maybe the structures, like Rooster said. It might have been something, but I have no clue what it was. But it's quite bad. The repairing needs to be as well improved on. Like repair range, just I don't know, make it smaller, or at least allow it to I don't know, just make sure maybe structures, if there's enemy structures nearby, allow it still to repair it even if there's an enemy structure. If there's an enemy nearby, I'd understand, but if it's just a structure, like come on, just allow me to repair it, right? It's just a building. The building's not gonna stab my
I think
ram.
it's just another byproduct of just shitty rams. That's all.
Yeah, it is really just repair range just needs improvement, like make it smaller. Because yeah, I didn't understand what was the problem, and then we were like, screw it, let's just ram it because we didn't know what to do. So we were like, screw it, let's just waste it because it's a ram. But yeah, I have a couple of ones. So we were talking about ores earlier on. So the copper, especially, copper and bronze. Still hate bronze. Everyone hates bronze because bronze has really no proper tier use. I don't know. How much did you guys use bronze over there, Andrew and Steel?
We used it actually quite a bit in the beginning.
Did
but
you?
yeah, you're right. It needs more use. I would like it to, if you need to upgrade, like cooking, for example, like a cooking pot, like bronze cooking pot. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. They should add it to more shit. I feel like with this update, there should be like nails and stuff that they have to add. That you have to use, or
I mean, adding like bronze nails, can help a lot. But yeah, on my
end, bronze nails would be cool.
Bronze nails, iron nails, just like you can just use more shit.
Yeah, and you can use that for building more advanced things. Like let's say that a bigger ship, you would need some iron nails, some stuff like that. But yeah, on my side,
ship.
Like
oh, ship! I heard sheep. I was like, bigger sheep. I was like, what?
I would love husbandry though. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, but yeah, bronze on my end was not used. Like, I got somebody in my clan that actually made a separate homestead, playing solo, just to test how much time it will take to get to bronze, and then from bronze to iron.
You can skip bronze though, because we skipped bronze as well. Basically, we kind of like, I don't know, we got one pickaxe, right, to just get the iron, and then we got the iron instantly.
Yeah, like, it's just useless. Like,
just took off the forge and.
They need to like make it more where it lasts at least maybe an extra hour or two, because it literally lasted like, I don't know, I think.
Well, just make it a requirement just for general crafting stuff. That's all they have to do.
Oh yeah, make an actual bronze age, because we've got our stone flint age, which we used a lot at the start. We definitely use it. Everyone uses bloody the flints to cut down all the trees. Everyone does a little bit of mining for maybe the little stone cut-offs. Got the flint knives as well to cut up animals and stuff here and there. And yeah, then you hit bronze. Use, I don't know, you make a couple swords to kill bigger animals. You maybe make one one bronze knife. Maybe cut up one animal extra. But then some people then realize, hold on, let's just make the pickaxe, mine the iron, and then just get iron stuff instantly. So we're like, okay, let's just make a couple bronze swords at least. Then we have some sort of defense in case of an attack, or in case we need to kill some wolves or something, And that's it. We skip Bronze Age. There's no Bronze Age. There's no age of the bronze. It's just bronze.
Exactly.
You can get a tier 3 dagger with just an anvil and bellow. That's it.
I mean, I think they should just make it, more dependable. Like, you will need, bronze nails. Maybe for the aqueducts, you will need bronze pipes, because historically Romans used they used pipes. They actually made lead and bronze pipes.
That sounds more improved than the aqueducts. Then that's piping.
I mean, in order for an age, in order for an aqueduct to work, it had to to have some pipes.
But definitely have a use,
Yeah, make it more dependable. Like right now, we're just skipping it, and there's no no late game need for them. So why bother with it? Just go to iron and have a fight.
Also, it's way too fucking expensive still, dude.
It's
3 and 3. Come on.
I still stand with my pricing that I wanted to say before, which is technically the amount, anyways, is like logical amount, because it's usually more copper to tin. So I would say a 2-to-1, 2 copper, 1 tin.
I mean, doesn't it also take longer to mine too?
It does take quite a while. Yeah, it does take.
It just takes so long.
It does. No, they changed that, didn't they? Because it used to be where mining the iron and the stone, I think, was very easy. I think they changed it, didn't they? Now, where they made it longer a little bit, where now it takes a bit more hits for to mine iron, sorry, not the other stuff. But yeah, tin and copper, I feel like should be a little bit less hits than what it should be, because it is a lower tier, and having it take, I don't know how many hits it is again to take, but it just takes too long. It's like, I think 8 to maybe 10 hits or something with a flint. It's just dreadful. Or even more than that, I don't even remember. but yeah, expensive definitely needs to be a 2-to-1 ratio. I feel like copper to tin, and also copper needs to spawn more. Copper is so scarce still. You can't find copper anywhere. It's just I don't know how much copper you guys found. Because wait, who said that they used bronze a lot? Was it you, Steelhand?
Yeah, I used.
Did you find a lot of copper?
Yeah, we had a lot of copper everywhere.
Okay, then you were very fortunate then, my friend. But I feel like copper is still very scarce. There's like not a lot of copper anywhere usually. You can find flint. I mean, not flint. Sorry, tin. A lot because they spawn near the wolf dens. Yeah, so like.
Yeah, it's so easy to.
Yeah, you just fight the wolf and get the tin. That's it. But like, copper is just scarce. Hardly find it, and I don't know. Just more spawns for it, more spawns for copper. Because I find Bronze Age is very like. I just find it sad. It's sad. Use bronze for so much, but I guess they have probably a list of ideas that they want to use in. They'll definitely add it in. They just don't know what to add it in for yet. We'll figure it out anyways. So
But it could also be cool to have upgrades to the torches. So instead of only use what is it? Sticks in them or fiber.
Are you talking about the standing torches?
Yeah, the standing torches,
yeah,
and then you upgrade them with, for example, copper lanterns.
Oh yeah.
And then you can have
a plank for.
And then you can have coal in them.
Or like wall torches, like ones you could put inside the interior
that'd be cool.
forts and stuff. That would be cool. Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, dude, the coal idea would be cool because then it actually gives you like 15 minutes per coal.
I really hate the standing torches. There's like, oh, you have 3 minutes. Well.
Like
that's just pissing your pants.
There's so much usage they can think of, but they've just not added it in. And I feel like they realize, bronze still sucks. They definitely need to think of something, and I bet they will find something to make it more improving. You know, I don't know, add more usage to each of those, like at least ores or something like that.
If we talk about like siege camps have level 2 abilities, like make that like use copper to upgrade it.
Maybe,
like give it a reason for people to go back to get copper. It's like
but that's
you want to upgrade this?
That'll be the ore though. You have to get like bronze then.
Or like yeah. But like you just bring those resources to like make it a necessity to upgrade the tools to bring utilization to the basic.
Even bronze armor. That's the thing, dude. Where's all my bronze armor? I want a bronze armor. Cool. I want some bronze armor. That was cool.
Ooh, like a bronze shield. That'd be cool.
Yeah, a buckler. You could get the bronze buckler, right? Like it's just straight pure bronze. Like where's that at? Come on, devs.
Where's my pikes on horses?
How is
like,
pikes and Albert?
Pikes.
Dude, when they had pikes,
I don't know.
There is in the game.
Their spears still suck.
Oh yeah.
Just make spears. Just make it the spear be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like in all all honesty, like if anybody from here used spears in battle by any chance, like just throwing them?
I've seen some iron spears thrown here and there sometimes, but not very often.
Like what's the logic of not allowing us to use a spear with a shield? Being the most basic, basic style of warfare in medieval times, like spear and shield.
Yeah, at least it's what's it called? The what's those Romans that basically threw the spears once and then they pull out their sword?
Exactly.
I forgot what they're called. There's a name for them, but whatever. Anyways, basically have us like.
Javelot.
I mean,
I think is it javelot?
Like,
I don't know.
Pilum.
It's such a good idea.
Yeah,
you could still aim and throw while still charging your shield. Like they have the mechanics in the game with like if you just have a torch out,
Yeah, it's just for some reason they made the spear so overcumbrant that you can't use it whilst you've got a sword and a shield and armor on. You gotta be pure naked just to throw this bloody spear. Apparently, it's because it weighs 200 kilograms.
You gotta be naked. Yeah.
Let's create just 2 different weapons, like pilum to use to throw, and the spear, the real spear, the little weapon for every random. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Honestly, it'd be nice. But
I mean, we had Pilum at one point, right? Like when we had relic weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't use a shield. It was just
that was still a spear. That was still just.
It was just a
technically
really
fancy.
strong spear.
Yeah, it was just a fancy spear. Really, that's all it was. It wasn't really. Wow.
Gotcha.
It was quite bad still, but yeah. I don't think I ever used relic weapons. I think I used them once. I was like, this thing is terrible. Tier 3 sword, come back to me. That was terrible. But yeah,
Steel sword.
I've got a lot of other bad things. So there was, let's see, I had, so cost of bronze, we talked about that. The pickaxe hitting the copper and the iron stone was lowered. That was increased. Okay, burning structures no longer opens them up. So what I was on about that, I think that's relating to when the homestead, I believe, is dead or something like that. Or I think it was relating to that. Yeah, basically,
when it's fully destroyed.
you have to. No, but you can't even. I think access it when it's even destroyed though. I mean,
Yeah, when it's
open.
fully destroyed, it's blocked for everyone.
No, but even when it was open, wasn't it? You still can't gain access to the stuff, even if the structure is still alive. I swear. Like the actual
No, because like
workbenches
when we
and
were
all that stuff.
attacking, when we were attacking Blood Castle, I was able to take the stuff out before like the settlement home, the family home was like not destroyed, so you can still access and pull stuff out.
Okay.
But once the family hall is destroyed, you can't access anything.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone loses privilege. Like,
Basically,
there's no like.
Basically, burning into stuff is pointless again now. So we have no way of accessing anything, even if we've destroyed the family hall, not family hall, the homestead. Sorry.
The homestead, yeah.
Yeah, but if you burn in before taking the homestead, you can take the stuff out. Because that's how
that's
like.
stupid. Though. That makes no sense. You want to target.
No, but that's. Think about it this way. Well, you can.
The thing and be like,
well, you're
right,
thinking as like attacking and raiding, but like when you're like thinking about it as like a like location wise, like your court, your family hall is going to be in the middle. All your other like storage and other things are going to be surrounding it. So you have to like kind of have to burn your way or get your way to the family hall. As like your strat for like you go obviously go for beds because like you wanted to get rid of their spawns.
Yeah, exactly. That's the.
But if you want to raid the resources, you just go for the storage, take it out, and dip.
Yeah, but we want to get the resources as well. But that's what I mean. The idea that they had about burning into structures was when you burn into a structure, you are allowed to now have access to the stuff within that structure.
But you can't craft.
But yeah, of course they took out the crafting bit, which is very good actually. I like that. But the thing is now completely is if you let's say destroyed the family hall, and not family hall, the homestead, you cannot access anything if you've burnt into it. So you have to first burn into everything. That's including the homestead. Sorry. So if you burn into the homestead first before you kill it, you can then gain access to all the items inside. But now you cannot gain access at all, and you lose basically access to everything. I feel like it should be.
That's why you just burn into everything else and just like.
But that's what I mean. That's a waste.
You could still burn their beds.
It should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. It should be like when you kill, let's say, like you kill a town hall.
Yeah.
Everything starts decaying, right? If you kill a homestead, the all the stuff on the homestead should lose access. You should have access to everything within the homestead now, because you've lost.
Or
your
at least it should be
structure.
unlocked. Everything should be unlocked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everything should be unlocked.
Like crafting should still be able to be crafted. Maybe not
crafting. Not crafting. Like I feel like the crafting thing is nice that you can't craft stuff because it's just basically using your enemy's structures to your advantage.
Yeah.
So like I don't mind taking the resources though. So like as long as they don't protect their homestead, which is their primary structure, if they lose that, and that means they should lose everything. That's what it should be. So like burning into structures does nothing when you're when the homestead is dead. Because yeah, that should be changed. They need to fix that, rework that. I don't know how, but it's really just it's not fun. I don't know. Did you guys have any problems when you lot were attacking anything? Because like I don't know, Andrew with IL and who else was, I don't know who else was with you on that attack when you done to Air Mike's base, Air Mike's homestead. And
We
remember
had
that?
Hispaniola.
Yeah, you guys burnt into that. I was like, okay, wow, they got in. They're inside, guys. We need to cure F. Let's get over there. If you guys if you were having the ability to get in there, break in, and let's say you burnt into a couple workbenches first before you destroyed the homestead, you then lose that access to that workbench instantaneously because the homestead is dead. And then you're like,
Yeah.
well, that sucks. Now I have to use more torches, more flasks to kill this workbench or this let's say stockpile or whatever. You know what I mean? Because the stockpile doesn't is now blocked because apparently the homestead is destroyed. No one has access. It's like, but I'm an enemy. I should have access technically because I've destroyed it, right? So I feel like if you had that ability, you could have plundered that whole homestead to shreds, and that would have been fun. Like I don't mind like having that ability because that means you have to really protect your homestead. You have to make sure your homestead is on guard, it's secured. I don't know, it has an extra layer of walls or something. But yeah, like at least something to improve that basically is definitely needed.
Yeah, like the system is just it's not making sense. Like the moment you pretty much burn down the homestead, not only you're locking the owners of the homestead away from it, but also you as the
enemy.
raider,
Yeah.
the villager. Like you cannot even do anything inside that base. Like
It's pointless,
the
isn't it?
only
Yeah.
yeah, the only thing that I could do is to harvest their crops for the memes.
Exactly.
Other than that,
That's what I mean. Can you even I don't know if you lose access to even boxes as well or something. I don't even know. I think you do as well because I think once the structure is there, it's like how do I lose access to a box? Like,
exactly, and
that makes no sense.
yeah, and don't get me started on the logic of not being able to access stockpiles when they're open. Like you can actually see that in the design of the stockpile. It doesn't have a cover,
Well, I don't
and
know.
apparently
It's not
cannot get
bad
into it.
idea, but I feel like if they definitely have it where you break the homestead and then you have access to everything, including the stockpiles, then yeah, that's great. That's a good idea. That's just you lose everything basically, or you not lose everything, but you can get robbed basically. That's a raid. That's a
Yeah,
great
like
raid. That's how you raid.
everything should become neutral. Like everybody should have access to it, including the owners, but also the raiders. Like the moment the homestead goes down,
Exactly.
everything is neutral. You can access stockpiles, workbenches and whatever. But right now,
Right into it, it becomes public.
I think doesn't the enemies still spawn in as well? I don't remember if the enemies can still spawn in on the homestead, can't they?
We had people spawning in. Like you need to destroy the beds.
Yeah, and that makes no sense as well.
Exactly. Like the house was destroyed, but they were still spawning in the beds because they had their spawn point there.
That's it's broken. It's just I feel like it's really broken. Homesteads need some sort of, I don't know, disabled access, not or like you said, a neutral access where everything is now neutral. No one can spawn in anymore because you've lost your homestead, and yeah, because that's like your town hall in a sense. Your little village of your homestead is your little town hall. You got to protect your little town hall.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, make them more vulnerable. Like allow us to do that kind of raiding. Make things neutral, but also add some defensive structures. Right now, you don't really have a lot in the homesteads, and don't get me started on the tower that we have. Like the archer tower that you can build in a homestead is just useless. Like a bug.
You should have some walls you can run up.
There's ways to make it useful. Like it's just like I've seen some pretty cool designs.
Yeah, but sometimes like if you build a tower too close to the makeshift wall, you can't even shoot because it will bug out and it will say that you're shooting the wall, even though you are actually above that wall.
Those towers need a change. They definitely need a change of some kind. I don't know what, but I don't know, make them higher or something, or something different. But it's definitely messed up, those ones. Also, the health of those homesteads are very weak. I don't know if you noticed, but health of homesteads are super weak, like so weak. They're like tier ones. I think are weaker than even a house. You know those regular houses you build.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like a tier 1 homestead is weaker than a house because I think once 2 or 3 flasks at this tier 1 homestead. I was like, and it died. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
this is a big building and it died in like 2 seconds.
exactly. It's the most important building out of the whole area.
That's the main.
Well, it's like it's the pig who built their house out of straw. Just
Yeah,
blew it
I
down.
know that, but Mr. Pig didn't. Mr. Wolf didn't come here and blew it down once. He went. I will huff
He
and
threw
puff.
2 torches,
and I will blow
and it was
down.
vibrant sticks.
It's not like he went achoo, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's gone.
Yeah, but imagine that we used like more flasks on the gate than we used on the homestead, and personally, I think that doesn't make sense. Like, why should it be that vulnerable?
It definitely needs like a significant just health improvement because, like you said, it's the most important structure within your town. I mean, your homestead area. So it definitely needs
Your lifeblood. It needs a little more health.
Yeah, like it needs more health. Like, just whatever it needs, just improve it. Devs, like, because it's just so bad. It just needs improvement. Definitely, homesteads need major improvement of.
Yeah, imagine if they add in like speed, like the trebuchets. Like if the health's so bad right now, it's just gonna be like everything's gonna be. It's one shot. It's gonna be like a row of catapults, just firemen lining, pushing forward, destroying. It's just like, yeah, I can see that just being.
Yeah, I mean,
if you backfire.
If you time it right, you can destroy all the homesteads at at the same time.
But, I guess that gives like utilization to the family hall beds. So like your settlement bed's destroyed, but now you still have your core bed. So you can plan a counterattack because you should probably have gear sets in the core for attack.
Does anyone know if you lose 4 bed spawn?
It works. I've tested it.
Did you?
I've tested it. So if you lose your main bed, and it gets burned, you still have your core bed, and you can still spawn there. Absolutely. And then you actually still have access. You still have access to your settlement technically. Like my character had access to the storage and whatnot at the settlement, and then you can place another bed. Like you still have access to build. You're still like on the list. So you have perms to
do what you were doing
actually build. Okay. But you need to place a bed. It's like you can place a bed blueprint, and you build it, and then you can like have like.
That's good, man. That's really good. All right, we're gonna keep going through some of these quickly because I've got a couple extras that I still have. So let's go through them quick. All right.
I want to go eat. Let's go.
Yeah, same, man. So I don't know about you guys. I hated horse feeding. Horse feeding recently has been very bad. It's been very janky. Is the nicest word.
Buggy.
I'm calling it janky because I love calling it like that, and that's what I'm going to call it for the rest of today. It was just so bad. I had to like jump off and on every time. I was like, "What's going on?" And just to like move the horse back and forth. I'm like, "What's going on?" Like I'm moving it forward. Here you go. Eat some food. You didn't want to eat the food. All right. Jumped on the horse. Move it back a bit. Eat the food. You want to eat the food. I'm like, bro, I'm going to swing a sword at you if you don't eat this food.
Does the feeding animation?
Yeah, it's no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Sometimes even the feeding
animation.
The animation
and then it doesn't. You're just like, okay,
yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
but I think we didn't have those bugs before. Right?
Yeah, I think that was recently from the last 2 tests.
It was this last test.
No, even the test before was a bit like that. Honestly, it got worse. Just this test even more for some reason.
It must. It probably was the small because that test was only like what 2 or 3 days. So they probably did something in that, and then they just never changed it in the major.
Yeah, I think so. That might have been that. Then it was definitely that test though. I remember because I was just like, "Yo, this horse is really getting on my nerves. Just eat the food, bro." All right, next one. So, all right, we talked about destroyed homesteads. We can't access them anymore. Blueprints tell me to repair before demolishing if the BP is sitting there a while. Oh, yes. This is annoying. I don't know if you guys experience this. If you place a blueprint, you place the blueprint down, and you leave it there for a while, it takes decay for some reason. Even though if you have silver in your homestead, it takes random decay, and you can't how do you say it? You can't demolish the blueprint unless you build it.
You have to build it up.
Yeah, you have to fully build it. So that really annoys me. So So was it BPs can't be left alone basically because then they decay. Which was I don't know if you guys at all experienced that at all, but that was really annoying because I had to like.
I guess it is annoying, but if you're like the Lord and you want to like set up like a basic layout
But it also
of what
makes
you're
no
going
sense.
for,
You know why it doesn't make
but
sense? I've got
yeah,
silver
because like
within
if you
my
need to
homestead.
change it,
I've got
yeah,
silver.
the decay thing doesn't change like that, but
BPs
you
for
should
some
be
reason
able to destroy
decay
it.
and structures don't. So I feel like something needs to be, I don't know, make sure blueprints don't decay because it makes no sense. It's a blueprint. It shouldn't decay. Like, what the hell? Makes no sense. Anyways, cooking timer for burning. So apparently, our head chef had a problem with the burning because it did. That's true. It was kind of. I feel like much faster than it used to. I think it's 5 seconds now for burning food,
Yeah.
which is really low, very very low. Which I feel like makes no sense because if you're boiling food or cooking food, whatever you're doing, it doesn't take 5 seconds for it to instantly burn. It maybe takes 20 seconds or more, to burn, or 10, I would say. I'll give it a 10, at least to be fair on the burning method that they're trying to improve on this game. But I feel like 5 seconds for food burning was just way too low.
Oh yeah, I agree. And also the fact that they nerfed food, like it just made the whole thing more annoying, and food production was an issue.
Yeah, and burning the food
yeah.
makes it worse though, because that's the thing.
Exactly.
It nerfed the food then. So having
More nutrition.
Yeah, more nutrition. It really did. So what else? I got bear den and resource pile doesn't respawn on settlement core. Yeah, so that's what I realized. So I feel like the respawning of, if you have a bear den or whatever other den, and it's spawning in the stone or iron, if it's in the settlement core area, it doesn't respawn anymore. So I feel like it was cause of relating to that because we definitely had lots of room to respawn it. We made sure we had lots of room to respawn this bear den, and also I think the mines for it as well just didn't respawn because of it as well. I'm not sure, but basically the bear den itself didn't want to respawn within the core, or maybe because there were structures nearby. But I still didn't understand because we removed all the structures within that icon, and it didn't respawn. So I'm assuming there's a bug within that related area.
That's a potential loss of like common meat too. Like
Yeah, it was just weird. Like, because I was kind of annoyed because someone actually destroyed that elite bear. Then I was like, bro, are you serious? Who
dude, that
destroyed
happened
that?
on our side too. I was so pissed.
It was
like
right next to our town hall. I was like, who's been altered? Who's doing this?
They were like this one settlement. They like it's just some group. They like had their shit private, so like we couldn't even access it. And they had a stone mine, and they didn't put any stockades outside their walls to like, because they had a boar mine or an elite boar den, a stone mine, a red wolf den next to on my side towards them, and they decided to destroy that. I'm like, dude, I was using that, like I had that in my radius for making bows. I was like, now I'm like out because I had a small boar den, an elite boar den, one basic wolf den, and then an elite wolf den in my settlement hall, and they took that one out. I was like, are you kidding me? That goes my like bone production and animal fat.
Definitely.
Because
and
like,
not only that, if it's an elite bear, then you've got the resin, and your resin then is gone, and you got to run miles away. Then afterwards, you're like, bro, where's all the resin gone? Okay, well, it's no longer here because there's no other bear den for the next 20 kilometers on this map.
And I get that for like small, like people that don't know how to play the game, but like, or like the not advanced players, because like once you get like, the animal like pathing, you can like basically use that for yourself. Like it's better to have those nodes close by you than like going out to hunt and bring them. Like it's like, I don't know, having the wolf dens and nodes in your settlement is like more productive than having it like outside and far away. It's just it's so stupid. It's not useful anymore to destroy dens for a little bit of silver, and you don't get any more relic. They don't respawn, and then there's no relic weapons in it. That was like the only reason to do that was like with the
To get relic
temples.
Yeah.
Get relic weapons and research them.
All right.
Like, and then those
Let's get
weapons.
to the next topic.
Yeah.
We're dragging on that one. All right. So you guys chose bridges and animals. Basically, so bridges was the main thing, and relating to our pontoon bridge as well that we did. So we did a pontoon bridge. I don't know if any of the remnants know about it. Do you guys know about our pontoon bridge?
Yeah, saw the screenshots.
Yeah, we also made one.
Oh, did you guys make one? Yeah, it was pretty fun, pretty long. We didn't expect it actually to even take. It didn't take that long. I think what we thought it would. We thought it would take longer, but it wasn't too bad in the end. But yeah, it was. I guess the only method to cross that bridge. I mean that river, because there's no other ways really to cross that river.
There's only like a handful, but like the boat bridges are like the best way.
That's
best
yeah.
form.
Like
I thought it was the most unique way of doing things too, of like crossing.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
I feel like bridges do need again, need help. Need help. Bridges need help. They need I don't know, improvements of some kind. Allow you to build them anywhere or something like that. Allow you because bridges were allowed to be built anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you also need to be able to do it in segments too, because like you can't do it in one full segment across that big river. You just can't even see the other side. So you need to be able to do it in like chunks.
Yeah, true. And like when you try and extend even the regular bridges, you're like, oh, too far from where you are. It's like I know, but I can't then see the landing point where I'm trying to build it. Like it makes no sense. Because like we tried to build a bridge on our as well, one from our base to
Yeah, the
our
west side
base
and the
to
south
west
side.
Yeah, and we couldn't do it, of course, because there's not enough. Apparently, well, we're too far from the location of where you start from, basically. I guess you could say. So yeah, building it in segments is a good idea. So building it segments.
I think
feel like
they just need to adapt the map to the bridge size, because it's I think it's good to don't be able to build a big bridge to cross sea, so or lake, but be able to cross some river.
yeah, like it's because like there's so many points where you're just tunneled into the location where like you have to cross this relic bridge. It's like understandable, but what if I want to take a detour because there's a town on this relic bridge? You know what I mean? Like flank the enemy.
Yeah,
to
cross the river, to its logic.
Yeah, like
but
and then like struggle building a pontoon bridge, like or something like that. So that'd be great just to have that. So then actually build a bridge, and then I don't know. I feel like the pontoon bridge will be cool because then like you can actually then make sure they're all locked in together, and the bridge boat cannot be stuck. Well, the boat itself cannot be robbed from your bridge, and it has.
But
to
it could be destroyed.
But it can be destroyed. Yeah. So it can be destroyed, but it can't be robbed. So like I wouldn't mind that. So like a pontoon bridge idea would actually be really cool. Just to allow us to maybe do something like that where you build it in segments, like you said, Rigali. That'd be even actually more logical because you can actually walk on the boats. So then if you build it on the boat, build it in a segment, it makes more sense. So
yeah, you also just wouldn't build. I mean, that's also a different like kind of style of bridge, but.
Well, yeah, I know,
because you'd have like the little pillars and stuff, but
it makes sense.
Still,
like a little bit on the same.
Yeah, but there's no flowing water, like so. Might as well just have the platoon boot.
So yeah, like I don't know. We've definitely spoken about this before, where people hate the idea allowing bridges anywhere and loving the idea. But yeah, it's a 50-50, and I don't know. I guess making it take a long time to, if it's a wild bridge, I feel like it should take a while to build. Sorry, so like the pontoon bridge idea, kind of where you have to build 36 boats just to cross the bloody river or something. That'd be great.
Yeah, that took forever to fucking make, dude.
I felt like it was faster than I was expecting. I was expecting 50 boats, honestly, but somehow we did it 36. But yeah, and yeah, animals. So we were talking about how animal AI has nice improvements, but it still needs fixes. Of course, we've spoken about it before. Like the animal AI tracking of when you're got the baby, was it horses and the mules and what they called? What's the baby horse called?
A foal?
Foal. There you go. Foal. I spelled that. I feel like wrong, but I'm just gonna go with it.
Just
A baby horse?
Yeah, just call it a
A
baby
foal?
horse.
A foal's right.
Is that right? Is that how I wrote it? Right? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's
Foal.
a horse up to 1 year old.
FOAL.
FOAL, yep.
Excellent. I'm smart. I know it. Yeah. So the like having them track is actually been improved definitely because I've seen sometimes. I don't know if you've gone up hills at all. Any of you guys? Sometimes the horse stops and be like, I can't climb this, and then it just goes around like this little hill bit or something like that because it's like I don't know.
Oh my gosh,
Jank.
horses on stairs. I hated that so much.
True.
That's I would
Dude.
say that's a problem though.
Or even the
That
hand carts
needs to be
too.
fixed though. I feel
For
like that's
everything.
an improvement that needs to be fixed though for that one. Animals for including predators. So animals and let's say predators. Let's just make it separate. But animals and predators. Improvements for the bridges. Allow them to climb staircases and bridges better. Because or even like at all because bears can't climb bridges or stairs. I don't know if any of you lot saw that one time where there was a I made a coliseum with bears inside. I think I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah,
Don't know if anyone saw that.
saw that report and said that.
Yeah, that took me a really long time to get those 2 bears in there. I think I spent more time getting those bears inside of that coliseum.
You had the
building
easiest
the
time with the first one. It was the second bear that gave you the hardest time.
Well, even the first one took a while. It took me like at least half an hour to
Well,
get that
because
first one in.
you were
Second
building
one
it
took,
with stairs, and I was like, oh, just try with a bridge, and you're like, oh yeah, I will try with the bridge.
Yeah,
it worked a little bit, but yeah.
it worked a little bit, and then like afterwards it didn't. It stopped working. But yeah, the second bear was definitely worse than the first one. But they definitely need some sort of improvement because for some reason the bears and the animals stop on bridges and be like, I can't cross this structure anymore. Like why? The flat surface you should be able to cross. But yeah, definitely needs a improvement of some kind.
I think that issue comes with like because every single time it's like a 30-degree angle, or it's like you're like if you're on a horse or a cart, you're like hovering in the air while the cart is still at the angle of the stairs. It just it needs work, but let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's get to the final bits, the drunken truth. So of course this is just random opinions that you lot have. If you lot have no opinions, I'll just slap in all of my ones that I thought maybe necessary for the next combat update. If you lot have any combat update, maybe opinions, I'd say. That's the next one, right?
We hope.
We hope. Everyone hoping?
Yeah, I mean, it should be combat one.
We'll see in a month, basically.
We'll see in a month. But yeah, so what you guys would like to maybe see or like hope you want to improve on, like the rams as well, maybe sword fighting, spears allowed with your
Weapons.
swords.
Yeah, a lot of
storage for
just new
armors.
weapons in general,
and a reward for the horses. Like just allow us to put some armor on the horses and just have a lance or something like that, a bike that you can use on horseback. That would be amazing.
Be able to put weapons in a freaking cart or wagon.
I mean,
that'd be a nice improvement for me.
A chariot would be quite interesting.
Ooh,
Imagine, like I
love
yeah.
that. I never thought of that before.
I was talking with my guys like yesterday about it. Imagine like having a chariot with 2 horses and 2 players. One just
a cart, or it's just a hand cart in reverse.
Yeah, but I mean it
just
could give you some defense bonus or something like that. Just one guy driving the chariot.
That'd be fun.
one guy with
Yeah.
a bow. Just imagine that.
I had one
Yeah.
opinion. I don't know if you guys are shocked about this, but mine was parrying. What do you think of having parrying within sword fights? Because sword fights right now are very like, let's say you do a 1-to-1, are very like meh. You just gotta
How would they
sit
parry
there.
though
But that's the
in
thing.
the current state?
I don't know. Maybe some sort of method of where you click a button at a specific time whilst they're swinging, and it
Would it be
stops
like
them.
when you're holding your shield?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
It's like,
Yeah, like
You-
when you're holding the
it's
so-
shield,
like a
where maybe
release.
when
Yeah,
you swing,
it's-
you
it's-
swing the shield back at them or something, and it
It'd be like
parries
a
it.
timing. It'd be like a timing
Yeah.
thing where you time it at the right time, and then you'd have
But
like a
I can
riposte
see that
window.
being an issue with like lag across like regions, because then you're gonna come up with DDoS and like it's like I don't know.
My guy's the best parrier in the world because he's maybe there might be a possibility, honestly, but
I mean,
don't know,
it'd be better than the fucking hold right click and spam left click meta that we have.
something like basically
Yeah, but
something to make
I
the
was thinking
sword fights a bit more interesting.
I was thinking like strat wise, like I wanted to test out like if you have like a shield wall of 3 people or like a large group, you like instead of having a one blob, you have like buddy groups of 3 charging the shield and then like breaking up. Because like when you hold it and have a full shield bar and then release it, it still stays there for a few seconds and you can like bring it back up and charge and bring it to full health like without losing the full health bar of it. But I think there's some like ways if you can organize people to like line up in a group of 3, charge the shield bar, and then split up to take out an archer or come back together. It's kind of complex and like talking about it, but I think it'd be interesting to.
I think it was already done, but not exactly how you said. Like
Imagine
we already talked with our guys, that they can sprint for a while and then put the shield back up, and they will still have like half a bar. So not to that extent, that you're describing.
Definitely, like there's a lot of things that they can still add in. The main thing though, I really want them to add in. You guys are definitely gonna love it. Armor racks. Who wants armor racks?
Oh yeah.
Armor
Like
racks.
that.
Oh my gosh,
That's
like
necessary at this point. Like
this is
what the hell?
necessary, devs. Like armor racks.
put that in the seed camp too.
Yeah, like now. I'm adding the necessity. You need it now.
I would like being able to go into the camp. That would be
add
really
siege
cool too.
camps or armor racks and weapon racks on siege camps too. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
or like because weapon racks and armor racks. Well, I don't know, maybe because you can store your weapons and armors inside the camp, anyways. But I still think
but like
armor racks
also
is necessary
the
for town
broken
halls.
gear.
Armor racks are definitely necessary for town halls because you have nowhere to store them. You can store all your swords and all your tools on weapon racks, but you cannot store any sort of armor anywhere. Where you can store it? In a box. or your
stack.
family hall. Or you stack it in the family hall, which is along. But that's the thing. If the person doesn't live near the family hall and they live all the way out in Yalesville or whatever you want to call the place, like they can't store it anywhere except the box, and it's like that could just get robbed because it's a box. So we need some sort of armor racks, and it would be great because then our forts, our little forts where we put in all our like weapons racks and beds and stuff, we can put the armor racks as well with them. So we could put an armor rack and a weapon rack right next to each other, right? So it's like a kit. And I feel like it's definitely necessary. That thing needs to be added in, and I don't know why they don't have it. Just enough, like we've had enough. We need it. We need it now.
Next test, they just add the weapon rack and that's it.
That's it.
Or
That's
armor
it.
rack.
They just add it, and that's like, oh, let's go, devs. Good job. Like nothing else
Game
has
is
been
fixed.
added.
No, seriously.
Splitting items. What do you guys think of splitting items as well? Is a thing, like having that as a thing, as an option.
It would help. It would help with like dropping off food for people. At least splitting a stack of I'm not opposed to it. I think that'd be beneficial.
Feel like it's very because like amount of times where I'm like, shit, I need to split an item. Oh, give him like a couple berries, and I've got like a stack or something because I'm giving it out to everyone. And so I just drop like a tool first on the floor, and then I click the berry twice, It's like, here you go, here's 2 berries. It's like, I can't split them, so I just got to click them one at a time to give it to you whilst I drop a tool, which is very random, but yeah. What else have I got here? I don't know. I was thinking about rowboats having more speed, but like that's if you have more players with inside the rowboat.
Yeah, that would be something.
So like, it's
after
more when they
spending,
actually row the boat, like they actually have to row
Oh,
it as
yeah.
well.
like add something, like visual as well, because right now you just have the boat and it's floating.
Yeah, it's like a speedboat
It's
right
like
now.
a motorboat.
It's
Yeah.
a motorboat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't row properly, you'll go in like reverse or
Yeah,
you're
like
just doing
you got to
circles.
go. You either row forward, you row back, and then the person on the back, of course, is the steering, right? So like basically, just it makes sense, right? So you have 2 people rowing, one person steering.
Ooh,
And
you
if
hold it in the water to create drag to drift.
Yeah, and if he's a solo driver, then I don't know, he drives a little bit, slower. He doesn't have insane speed. He goes at the same speed that it is right now, which isn't super crazy, but yeah.
Or it's kind of like Sea of Thieves mechanics, where like it's like if you turn it at a certain
No,
it's like
don't do it. Sea of
it's
Thieves
already
mechanics.
Give us sails.
That would be horrible.
Cannonballs.
I would hate the Sea of Thieves because like the Sea of Thieves one is you have to press 2 buttons to row, and if you press 1, it will turn you to the right instead of like going where you want to go. So you got to press 2. So I'd rather just have it where like you press either W or S, so it's nice and simple. Don't complicate.
Well, it's kind of like the same with the ram mechanics. It's just like a left side go right or back or forward.
Yeah, it'd be worse than that because it's a boat.
Yeah.
And then you got 2 people on there.
No, true.
But yeah, like
or you just do it like A and D keys, like it's the left and right, and that's the rowing, like pushing. You have to like
that's what
back
I meant.
and forth, back and
That's
forth.
Sea of Thieves mechanics.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the Sea of Thieves mechanic.
Scratch that.
We don't want that. Yeah, make dried meat useful again. We were talking about this as well earlier, making it useful again. I feel like that maybe might be a good thing. We're talking about small camps as well. That was another opinion. Either get rid of them or buff them of some kind. If you're buffing them, make them cost more, 50 twigs instead of 25. Because if it's a buffed camp, then why not make it better?
Just if you buff them, just all you have to do is just add the sawbuck, and that's or a workbench, and that's the buff. Because then you can actually like make a bunch of tools, like the flint tools, and then you can actually make a settlement wherever you want to make it. In my opinion. Yeah. 50 twigs, that's pretty costly.
Well, 50 twigs if they improve the camp is what I'm saying. If they improve the camp, where I don't know, you can do logging with it, or you have storage as well with it, then it's like, okay, make it 50 twigs because it has a use. Right now, it has no use. That's why it costs 25. Basically useless. But yeah. What else did I have here? Hide the names. What do you guys think of that? Hiding the names of the enemies.
Wasn't that an old mechanic with like the darkness and whatnot? Like hiding in the trees? It was like that was a thing.
I don't think so. I think maybe that might have been a person that just didn't have a username.
No, I swear like not 6 months. Oh, it was a while ago where like basically you could hide in a tree in the shade and your name wouldn't pop up unless you're like standing right next to the person.
That would be awesome, in my opinion. Because right now, if you're getting attacked or scouted, at least everybody's gonna say, "Oh, this clan is scouting us. This clan is scouting." So you already, have some expectations about their numbers, how they play, and whatever.
And now this is more suspicious. Yeah, that's what I mean. That was the main thing I was focusing on. Where like if you have the hidden names, like in Foxhole right now, the only way you find out their name is if you get close to them. You're like, oh, it's a OG member, or it's an IL guy. Oh my god, let's make sure we've got someone prepared on, I don't know, defenses, or someone like is scouting to check if they've got any camps in the area. Like, let's go around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because right now it's just, oh, I can see him from a mile away. It's like, oh, it's an OG guy. Okay, guys prepared. They might be attacking. Let's check, all the areas for camps and stuff. And like if you randomly see like, oh, there's a ancient over there, it's like I can't see his name. It's like it might be a random. Who knows? But
Yeah,
let's go.
and just
You know,
shrug it off. And
yeah, shrug it off. You know, but they still might go check it out anyways. You know, just in case. But like still,
Yeah,
I
they're
like
itching
it
for a
that
fight.
you know it's it allows the method of where you don't know who that is and you're like ooh, and sometimes you can, like you said, hide it within the trees. It's much easier for you to hide within the trees because they can't see your name. So it's like unless they go, you know, 10 let's say 10 feet in front of you or something, then they can see your name. Or you know, maybe not 10 feet, that sounds a bit too much, maybe like 5 feet or something, you know what I mean? Like you're pretty close to them where like you're almost sword range. It was like, okay, I see the name, I know who it is now. But yeah, like
and it will make scouting really fun. Like, you know, if the scout can actually stay hidden, you know, in the tree line and the enemy not observing him, that, you know, that can be a lot of fun.
Or if they have a
open a lot
beacon,
of doors.
if they have a beacon, then yeah.
Obviously, you can find him.
Yeah, but if it's like if it's a non-beaconed area, partisaning makes it more fun. Then do you know why? You can hide within the trees, you can hide within like bushes or whatever, and you can jump them. Like you can partisan them, partisan like people basically that are trying to, I don't know, do logistics
Just some shenanigans.
Yeah, just some random stuff basically. Like I don't know, like even if they're maybe transporting a camp or something, like oh, we can intercept them along the way. They won't know because we're hiding within trees and they can't see our names anymore. So it's like it's great. So I feel
it
like
can create some epic moments, you know, like ambushing a caravan, as you said.
if you see it within like the videos as well of the Anvil, technically, I guess you can say the Anvil videos. I know they have it where they have the HUD not displayed, but I feel like it would be cool where like you just see an army appear out of the tree line. And you're like, oh damn! You're like, oh god!
Oh shit!
Like, oh no!
Get everyone here now.
Yeah, exactly. Like panic time. All right, the fun's over, guys. Time to scream. You know, stuff like that. Basically, make it a bit more interesting. We've spoken about this as well. Before, cost of bronze needs to be lowered. I still think that's definitely needed. These got a couple more. What else? Arc shooting. What do you guys think of arc shooting? So you know how you shoot your arrows instead of direct shots. Arc.
If we're complaining about getting shot off a ram at the height advantage, I think people are going to complain about arc shooting. But you know, then, but if they add in arc, shots, then they should add in shield up command.
But that would be
like
for
that just makes sense.
the combat update. But like it will be a specific bow is what I wanted to say as well. So you know how we have our regular bows? Maybe have it where it's a long bow and it does arc shooting.
I don't know. I would just be fine with just the bow, and you just click a button to change the status of like aiming straight or arc. Yeah. Or maybe maybe a different bow, but in my opinion, as an archer, I would want to have both bows then.
Yeah.
You know, for the option.
Yeah.
Judging
for like combat situation.
Yeah, like judging on the fact that the current bow that we have is, you know, is named short bow. Most probably they're gonna add, you know, like
the long bow. That's what I mean. So like maybe have the like different bows that have different weapons would be great. Someone added a thing. Aqueducts should go over walls. Aqueducts should go over walls. Yeah, actually that makes sense. Yeah, technically they should, shouldn't they? Like the fence walls as well, especially the fence walls because they are tall enough to go over them. So yeah, aqueducts should go over walls. I agree with that one. Who's that? Athan. I can't say that name. Athanasios.
He's Charles. He's from IL. But also, you know, before we go over the, you know, the bow situation, like you should be able to shoot bows from horseback. Like, give me horse archers. Come on.
Yeah, the thing is though, when they do that, they need to make it balanced. If they do, I do like the
There's
idea.
technically already horse archers in the game though.
Yeah, well, not
really.
All
you have to do is
jump
just
off. But that's jumping off.
Yeah, but you could just jump back on.
Yeah,
and then run away.
That's what I mean. They need to balance it though. They need to do it where horse archers are good, but they're not OP. Because if you make them overpowered, then at the point, then you're like, oh no, it's a horse archer group. We're gonna die. We're gonna lose. We're gonna, because they could just shoot whilst they're galloping away the whole time. You know what I mean?
And just pepper us, yeah.
Or like have it where maybe you go into combat every time you're using it, and you cannot gallop away when you're on the horse, or something like that, maybe. But yeah, that's horse archers are really neat. Even Mr. Datslayer agrees with that. So I think that's about it, really. I don't know if you guys got anything else. I had shields to block from arrows and walls. So you know how the same method where you're blocking allowed the shields to do a scroll wheel block. And rocks technically as well, because if you think about it, you can throw rocks over the parapets. So you have your blocking method, yeah. When you're blocking, you do the scroll wheel, and it scrolls and it aims up basically. So it aims to block your head. So when you're right next to hugging the wall, you can block your head from any incoming rocks or arrows, basically. Do you
I'm
understand
not opposed to that.
That's
Yeah,
not-
yeah. You
it's not
just
bad.
scroll wheel up, and then it does the animation scroll wheel down. It brings the shield back down to
Yeah,
charge.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel like that should be something definitely added in to like block you from rocks, even though rocks aren't really used on
Oh,
sieges.
and they
as
could
often,
just
but
add
great.
like for the shield health bar. If it's like 3, you just add like a line above it, so that like if it's in the upward position and it's charging up,
Yeah,
you have it shows like a little icon
group up
where it
together
does yeah.
would be good. Yeah,
It's like, oh, you have like 6. You have like a 6-person shield buff, like
it
3
might
people on
be
the top.
overpowered then maybe like that, but who knows?
But well, then you have like a reason for pushing the rams. Like you group up in like a U shape, and you have the people in the front charging up, and then
you can
the
make a
people
proper
in the
turtle
back
as well.
up. Yeah, exactly. So it is going to be OP, but then you need to pepper them a little bit harder, or you focus on one person's shield to break it.
Yeah. I added
Yeah.
one. I think I have one opinion that written down. It just says more villages, which I'm assuming. I'm just saying. I think it's maybe allowing us to maybe allow people to make small towns, mini towns, maybe, or like villages, basically mini versions of the regular towns. But I'm not sure because, like, if you think about it, nowadays you see not that many towns.
Well,
I miss the days where we had like 60 towns on the map because there was all random people. Everyone was designing their own things, making their own things, and then joining in as a group to bring their own stuff. But yeah, I don't know, something like that basically would be interesting to have. If so, hamlets, yeah.
well, I think you're forgetting about the relic or the ancient, like the lore locations that are scattered around. Like they're just the basic textures right now of like houses, but like that could be a thing. I don't know, for like the small towns.
Well, that's what I mean. Like something like that, where it's just a small town randoms can make, or something else. Something small. A little village. Little village would be great, though. But yeah,
little cottage.
So I don't know if you guys got anything else. What else are you thinking? If you got nothing else, then I think I might end it right there.
No, I just have some strat things, or like base locations, but I don't know. They describe that.
Well, not strat things. I don't know. Strat things is not really what you want to see on the next update, do you?
No, I was thinking like strats,
plan,
like
plan your own strats,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. Like the I know at least in our group we always talk about like a way for people to share the map locations, like icons, like you go to the core and you look at the map table.
Yeah,
and
so cartography table. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Would be interesting. Yeah, maybe something like that. Would be
like that would help
show
random
the scouted stuff, right, from other towns. Like, what did they scout? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, if you like whatever you scouted, you can bring it to the map, and then it's like it's shared among everyone that goes back to refresh.
I spelled that completely wrong. Photography table. I can't.
That would be awesome. Like everybody in my clan loves that idea. They saw the post and they were like, "Oh yeah, we need that. Like that's awesome."
Because then it like gives a reason for new players to like, oh, there's a base over here, and then if you set up a beacon network, you can actually see where players are.
And you don't need everyone to scout as well. You just need like a couple guys go scout there. They share their
then
info.
You have a general idea.
And then you're like, oh,
like
okay, so, and then he explains it like, okay, so you see this area I've scouted. It's like, yeah. That's pretty actually more interesting than
and
like,
then
sharing
obviously
it.
like you could probably take a screenshot and then someone can draw on it and post it in Discord if you want to keep it secret, like with a certain plan or whatnot. But
Sounds
just like
photography table.
It's an easier way to like share the map with everyone. Like, oh, this is where iron is. This is where like some stones are.
I like that one.
You know,
Someone
or like
slings as range weapons.
No, yeah.
Like, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
That should be.
But you need wolf. You need wolf string for it.
I'm gonna add that just over here. Just for
and you can use the stone cuts as like ammo. Oh, there should probably be a way to reverse like stone slabs. Like you can crush it to make cutoffs if that's like an ammo.
That's what the idea of I think. Well, everyone's been saying it. What we want, and it's a trebuchet or a catapult, one or the other. Like, come on, like we're waiting for this thing for ages, and everyone wants a catapult, everyone wants a trebuchet.
The name of your company.
Yeah, man.
It's
Siege.
like the logo.
We want this.
It's
siege
literally
to
the
happen,
icon.
Camp. Come on.
Come on.
Let me build the greatest siege camp ever. You know,
We're basically
or
false
siege towers.
advertisement.
Siege towers as well.
Yeah.
Siege towers would be great because then, technically speaking, because you know how a lot of these walls are above the height limit of ladders, so have something where the siege tower is above the height limit of those walls, so we can
burn it down.
Yeah, so we can actually then get above the higher walls because there's certain walls that aren't that high, which we can't ladder up. So if we use a siege tower, we can then siege tower over it. Then and then break through as a formation as a group. So I feel like
a
that
building requirement is having ladders, like as like you built the ladders already, and then you put it onto the siege tower, like as a building.
Yeah,
item.
Basically, it's
and then you can like
it's like a built up one technically. Yeah, something like that. You have to build it up. But yeah, it'd be cool. So like you can already ladder up to the tower, and then you've got like let's say 3-4 men on top of that tower ready to drop down the ramp, to charge, and then the rest have to climb up, But yeah, like anything like those on the next combat update would be so great because it would just, it'd be just amazing. It would improve sieges. It would make sieges a bit more fun instead of just staring at a fort and be like, how do we ram
How do we attack
this? How do we just ram this and then
what's the game plan?
Just keep ramming because there's no other way we can do it. There's no other tools we have to siege it. So yeah. I had also one more. I think this is the last weapon that I'm thinking of. Siege hammers, kind of, or axes, I guess you could say, one or the other, where it breaks down interior doors is what I want. So like a siege hammer or like a something that basically just breaks down the interior doors, but it takes a couple hits. It doesn't just like die, of course, instantaneously. So it takes a couple hits, like a ram. Only you're just whacking it with your siege hammer. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, what do you guys think of that one? Like,
well,
hate it, love it.
I think it would work against doors, but right now, like with like homesteads having like no open or closable door.
No, but that's what I mean. It'll be just for interior doors, like when they actually make interior doors better for every other structure devs.
Yeah. When they add that, I think then it's useful.
Make doors in other structures.
Like another form of axe.
But yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll leave it as that because I feel like we've said what we needed to say. There's lots of information already. So yeah, thank you guys once again for joining. Thank you for your inputs. That was actually was great that you guys added in stuff. Even though I heard none of you guys had notes, but it's all good.
Hey, man.
So yeah, thank you once again.
No problem.
It was a great game.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. But yeah, so we'll see. I guess everyone till next month, which is going to be a
Yeah,
while.
until next month.
Yeah, I think it was like I remember checking. It was like 24 days, and I was like, God damn, that's a long time. I'm gonna be waiting forever. But anyways, thank you. Anyways,
Yeah.
see you.
No
Everyone.
problem, guys.
Bye bye.
Later.